DeepEllumOnAir, serving the DFW Metroplex. Only the best in underground and local music.
'Cause me and music are one. You know, music is like my best friend.
DeepEllumOnAir.
Scalper Sports Report. Happy Valentine's Day. I want to kick off right quick with a real quick moment of silence for Ingrid Williams, the wife of Coach Monty Williams of the OKC Thunder. She passed away this past Tuesday in a car crash on February 10th, the same night that the Thunder played the Pelicans, which is also the team that Coach Williams coached, was the head coach for some years. Left behind 5 children and a husband of 21 years and a stand-up guy, former NBA player. And she had to have been a hell of a woman to be by his side throughout all of that, all his success, childbirth. And, unfortunately, they can't spend a Valentine's Day together. So I wanted to make sure I kicked off the show by mentioning that first and foremost. So, Coach Williams, our prayers go out to you, to the OKC Thunder family, all affiliated within the NBA family, and we hope your family stays strong throughout this. The kids, yourself, and everybody connected. And also with that, I noticed too, Katie did a little pregame interview. He was a little choked up before the game on Tuesday. He couldn't really express his feelings more or less, and he kind of just came to tears right on camera, and that's a lot of stuff that we don't get to see on the NBA side of things with pro sports. Real feelings, real situations, and it happens, whether it be, coaches past, players past, family members of players, and all of that. So it was, felt around the NBA. Again, the Williams family, everybody connected. Scalper Sports Report sends special, prayers and blessings to you, your family, your kids, and everything going forward. So we'll kick the show off now.
Well, all right. Yeah. Ever since I turned pro in 1989, when I signed the dotted line, it was strange.
Looking at me.
Like, what's going on?
Couldn't hear it. You know why? What's going on, man? Scott. Must be the money. I'm a terrible backup singer.
and so
the whole thing.
You had one job.
One job.
That was to sing backup.
Must be the money. That's it.
Scalper Sports Report.
what's up?
On these Sundays now. It ain't even Thunder Day no more. Thunder Day was my deal. I used to love Thunder Day, but money calls. So sometimes it be that way. We having a great show. It's NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yep.
So, a lot of babies being conceived this weekend. And we
Toronto.
a lot of
God.
Canadians.
They got their passport.
Everything done.
I'm so proud of
this
them.
weekend will be coming to light in November.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
I can't wait. I can't personally wait. It's always exciting. Dwayne Wade gave us greatness last year or the year before. He did. Well, won't he do it? It's always interesting. So the break babies are always interesting. And
So,
NBA break babies.
And it's actually one of the better NBA weekends from the dunk contest standpoint. Actually, 3-point was very
One of the better in
interesting.
a long
The
time.
whole night was good.
Yeah.
All 3 events I
For
thought
the
were
first time in
excellent.
a long time.
Yeah, long time. And we're getting in that a little bit later in the show. We're going to do some post-Super Bowl hangover stuff. We got a great interview with Corey D. Williams. He's a sports agent, fresh out of Prairie View College and right down here in Texas. Guy's got an impeccable resume, some great athletes that he's been representing even now. And, he's a professional in his own right and really making waves within the sports world. So we want to thank Natasha for setting that up. We appreciate you. That's her. Yeah, that's her guy. He's a Texans fan as well. Is he a Texans fan too?
He is, but he respects his players. So,
I know.
as that dynamic changes, right? That's what, when the checks start coming
Gotta
from other
follow the
teams.
money.
That alliance.
I love everybody.
I know all these teams are my favorite. They all, I hope, go to the Super Bowl.
And another thing with today's show, we're gonna do a lot of background. Ziggy gonna be on the boards. Our man Zig, it's OU grad. He's gonna take care of us on some of the.
He's suffering from a tough loss yesterday with
yeah.
Oklahoma going down to Kansas, but it was a good game once again.
Hey, they
Buddy Hield got to hit them throws, baby. Got to hit them throws.
Got to hit them throws. So, but he's gonna take care of us on some athlete. Go ahead. What
We
you got?
lost?
What?
No.
Your family is in
He
question.
hasn't been around the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
days. Y'all stop.
He men
You
in
might
blacked
as well-
himself already.
Yeah.
You might as well not even say nothing. But no, he's gonna take care of us on some of these athlete songs We talking about Deion Sanders in the background. Must be the money. We gonna get into that too with him and his Cam criticism, and we gonna talk a little bit about. We got some Shaq coming up. We got you might as well pull up that Super Bowl, that Chicago Bears Super Bowl shuffle. Pull that foolishness up, right? And you got some other Kareem Rush, former LA Laker. He got an R&B song out there.
You gotta have a
Kobe.
Cedric Sabalas flow on.
Cedric Sabalas.
Did we find a song from Booby Gibson? Because you know he a rapper.
No,
I just ain't never heard a song.
Do we really?
Like he converted like full time.
Like he a full-time rapper. Like
he ain't a full-time basketball player, so he might as well.
Okay.
Brother got a word.
Did Meta World Peace
I
ever
can't
come
help
out with?
that ain't like me. I'm sorry.
Jiggy, it's all on you. You the DJ.
We just gonna sing you.
I'm looking, but his music might be so bad it's not on YouTube. That's how bad.
That's real, man.
Oh well.
Oh, and the guy with the high top. They had the baby with the
Tristan
baby New
Thompson.
York.
No.
That ain't high time. You talking about Shumpert.
Oh yeah,
Did he
Shumpert.
rap?
Shumpert got a little rap
got a
out
song.
there.
I don't. All them Cleveland dudes run into each other.
It's Cleveland that board.
All of them run into each other.
I'm just saying. He said Tristan Thompson and Iman Shumpert. After you get past
LeBron.
you get past like LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, I really don't know the rest of their roster.
Well, let's
'cause,
take that line.
You know, that's what that.
I just know
That's
him
what
from the
that
high
meant.
top.
So we're going to have a great show. Of course, always like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Scalpel Sports Report and on Twitter at Scalpel Sports. And if you want to call in, that's 504-65-ON-AIR or 504-656-6247. You can't stand the rain in the background. Killing them.
Now that was actually fire.
Biggie and
Shaq.
Yikes. That always gives
actually
me
a pretty
chills.
good
This is
song.
Yes,
this
it
is a
was.
great. This is like 20
But it's
years
just
ago.
because Biggie was doing Biggie
Hey,
was
Shaq-
guiding him.
Shaq spit on this one. He brought his A game on this.
Shaq, yeah, this might be one
Oh,
of
Kobe had one. Y'all remember?
No, I do, but
Shaq went
He was
hard.
featured on a Brandy song one time. too.
yeah,
No.
it wasn't good.
Okay.
I mean,
Not gonna do that.
He's supposed to be praising Kobe his last games. Not bringing that up.
Brandy's brother had music, and I mean, you know, whatever.
Jay is a
Kobe
genius.
was featured on a Brandy song. Like
Yeah, he was. That was like
You don't remember that?
That was right after they went to the
prom together,
Yeah,
right?
And he came out. He had his look. He was.
Yeah, he tried.
Isn't that the video said he met
Vanessa, I think so.
I thought he met
right
in the
after
strip club.
Nah, you heard the video
no. Vanessa was in high school. He literally met her being
On a
an
video
extra on the
set.
video.
Yeah.
She was on the video.
My mind about this girl's always been wrong.
No, he
I thought she was underage stripping. He fell in love with the first stripper he saw.
Oh,
Not at all.
no,
You
not
just
at all.
she just created that story.
Yeah, created that story.
It was
Happy
a
Valentine's Day to the Bryants. Huh?
It's like I remember Shaq doing an interview about not falling in love with the first stripper you see.
Hey, that could
Tell
be.
me
That could be.
that was 19-year-old.
And you put that all on Kobe. Whole relationship
He
with
was
his wife.
giving advice to the league.
To the
Period.
NBA.
I thought he was telling Kobe this after he took.
No.
Okay, see?
The advice they were giving Kobe was straight up, you too young. Just just marinate on it for a little
Yeah,
bit.
just chill.
Reconsider. Read some literature.
She was a smart girl.
Where was Pimp C when all this was going on?
Right.
That's the real question. So let's jump into a little bit of post Super Bowl hangover talk. I mean,
Panthers got
and this
whooped.
hangover, Panthers got their brakes beat off. It's what it is. It's all
It was
about
painful
that.
to watch.
You say what? It was,
It was painful to watch.
Not for me.
I had
like
got my nails panthered
out.
out.
You just
And
got
I
bad
put
decision making
Super
skills.
Bowl glitter on these.
You should have did the other finger. You was gonna do
Well,
it just in case.
I got over my, psychological myth of Kubiak kept Peyton out of Houston, so I woke up over that.
Ah, okay,
That's
that's good.
over
That's
my
healthy.
theory.
That's
That's healthy. I mean, besides, I don't like spreading rumors anyway, so I'm over my theory that, Kubiak blocked Peyton. I still don't think they get along that good.
I was wondering if that was real. I don't know my Texans history, but
Well, no,
when
first
you
of all-
dropped it, I was like, is that for real
And
story?
you looked it up.
I did. I was like, really?
Oh no, it's more like the Houston myth, and the reason why it rings is because, like I said, a few people in media said that there was supposed to be a press conference that day. It's kind of like the Peyton
So
thing,
it
right?
wasn't just a theory. They were gonna have a press conference announcing his signing and everything. That's all part of this.
That's what I'm saying. They said I can't confirm it, and since I don't like to be the person to spread
I'm the only
a
one that
rumor,
spread rumors here.
I don't. Yeah,
Clearly.
since I don't- I
Sources
mean,
say-
but because it was close to my team, I took it personal.
Right.
And when you look at it from the outside, there was no other reason not to sign him other than somebody had to say no. It might not have even been him that said it, but somebody said no. Somebody said no.
And that's the beauty of having a team to follow that has little intricate details like that the outside world won't really catch on to. And because it can get swept under the rug fast when it's local.
Well, I mean, but I look at even like if you look throughout the season, even when you used to see Peyton interview in the beginning, like when they even beat the Chiefs the first time, he was very reluctant to say like Kubiak's game plan was what he was going along with.
Yeah, because initially
he would give the credit to the defense. He wasn't really.
Peyton hates that system because it does not allow him to be Peyton, but
he ain't been Peyton in a long time.
That's what I'm about to say.
It was a smarter system for him. It was a smarter system for him, and it proved to do just what it needed to do. Yeah. For the first time, he was a game manager quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And now for the first time in a long time.
Instead of intercepting the hell out that boy like you did at the beginning of this season. Real life.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
Zed, you might Kobe in the background.
That's over.
This song is horrible.
Must pay for some beats though. That beat coming in though.
For the early 2000s,
then you realize it's Kobe and be like.
So can we have a moment of silence for football and then we gonna move on?
Yeah, it's been a hard couple weekends. Man, no football is hard, man.
I don't know what y'all talking about. We about to enter this tournament time, and I'm excited.
Yeah, dog, but I still got them on March.
The combine is coming. What I like to call men in tights.
And I was going.
I get a thing of popcorn, and I just. This don't make no sense.
All day long.
All that man.
This don't make no sense.
All that man.
All day long.
You watch the offensive lineman too? You do that for them? You discriminate.
She's saying
We're trying to see about this high-powered offense. We like to see the receivers, the running backs, the safeties, the corners.
Good. I like to watch.
I like the corners. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
See,
we giving y'all the balance. Y'all looking forward to Toronto for Thought Appeal?
Yes.
She's the one that always brings up the break babies.
And he brought.
Today, but normally Angela's the one who brings up that.
I was telling you what month it was gonna come to fruition. I was keeping it straight.
Just so we don't forget.
I was born in November.
So, all right, look. Post Super Bowl hangover stuff.
All right, how I got here.
So the reason I want to kind of get at this a little bit early is because there's a lot of criticism about Cam Newton because he really didn't go into his post game interview as much as everybody wanted him to. Although he did walk straight off the field with a smile as a good loser, so to speak. Congratulate Peyton, move on, walk off the field, and let them go ahead and get their glory.
I think it was too much put into it.
Way too much.
I think that Cam Newton has already shown he is a genuine person. Whatever he feeling, he don't have a game face. He don't have a poker face is what I mean. Whatever he feeling or whatever he thinking, it just is what it is. And I think that's kind of what makes him Cam Newton. I think we should appreciate and respect that. He didn't feel like sitting there answering the same questions over and over. And he knew, I think what I was looking at, he knew that these same people had been talking shit about him before.
Continue. Don't worry about it.
I ain't the only one.
Have been talking about him before the game, his expectations, and I think maybe looking out on. I think we have to really get in his mind. He's already defeated on the field. The game didn't go the way that he thought it should go. Right. He couldn't get anything done. He stayed on his back most of the game. That can mess you up mentally if you're a quarterback and you're not used to being in that situation. Yeah. And then it's the biggest game of your career. You're a national champion. You're a Heisman Trophy winner. You had one more game.
And I give footballs to all kids in the end zone.
Right.
All season.
And he had been, it was a week full of rumors and gossip and stuff about him. And it was the people that was out there interviewing him that was now looking at him. And he knew in the back of their mind they was getting some satisfaction out of just watching him suffer.
That's what people
And
do.
so he was over it. And he just got up and he left. I have a problem with it.
I think the criticism is justified only because it's the NFL. It's the biggest reality show. Everybody watches it. It's the biggest stage.
Gotta remember that.
So I think it's justified because that standard has been set.
Right.
Now, in saying that, I don't give a damn what Cam do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I appreciate the most from that was he was so unapologetic. How often do we see people that make a mistake or do something that why
frowned
people
upon.
don't like or whatever, and they back on the mic the next day saying
With a fake apology.
I just want to say I'm sorry, or they read
Cam was
it, or
like,
they
"Hey,
publicist is
dog."
right there. Cam said, "Look, dog."
I ain't apologizing for. He like I was pissed.
Yeah, so that's what I appreciate. Do you, Cam?
And when he didn't blame anybody else, he didn't bring up the whole Chris Harris.
He didn't point at
the
Peyton
scenario.
Manning, right?
None of it.
Didn't compare to
he didn't
Peyton
throw
Manning.
any receivers under the bus or whatever.
We
and
lost.
so I think I agree with Sherrod on this because the thing is, it's what the standard we set. We said it last year. That's why they fined Lynch. You want to interview. He didn't say, I'm not here, so I won't get fined.
Right.
I mean, he answered, but you wanted him to say, what?
I messed
Von
up.
Miller was all over me and I couldn't do anything. We just watched that. So I'm always quite surprised by people who are quote unquote the elites of the media.
Right.
Your creativity is so narrow, you're going to ask him what we all just saw on film. What used to
20 times.
Right. What used to be outstanding about media was if all you had was a radio version of the game, they were bringing something personal to the interview so you could feel like you were there.
Right.
We just watched the game. So if all you're going to do is repeat the game, you're not really asking an interview. You just want to see if you can upset him enough
Exactly.
to
Yeah, but he-
disrespect
I think that's
you.
what I was trying to say in a long way. They were trying to piss him off.
So to me,
Press conferences have become gotchas.
right.
Well, everybody,
and I think that's the other reason, not to even switch off of that, but to say what I think that's also the reason why we'll come back to it later. Why the combine is keeping out guys with domestic violence. I don't think it has anything to do with they don't want you in the league. They don't want the press conferences to turn into media circuses like it did
not the
years
time.
ago with the Sam issue. It
not
lost
the
its
time.
whole focus. One question on your whole setup, and everything else after that is to attack.
Next thing you know, you're kissing a man, and everybody's unhappy. So
So same thing with Cam. I agree. I definitely believe the next day after you thought about it, you suck it up and you stick with it. I'm one of them that I don't really use the word I'm sorry. If I do, it goes, I'm sorry you felt that way.
I'm sorry,
But
you
I
feel
meant what
that
I
way.
said.
I don't
and
either.
I stand by what I said. And
Yeah.
that means some of us will stand on this side and some of us will stand on the other side. And
But-
guess what? Even if I never said anything, if he never even gave an interview,
Right.
some of you still would be on the other
it
side.
won't matter.
It won't
Right.
matter.
And I think that's what he was.
He's damned
It
if he
don't
gives
matter.
football to kids. He's damned if he dances in the end zone. He's damned if he loses. It don't matter. But then at the same time, everybody wants that, like you said, a gotcha moment. I think about the AI practice thing. If anybody ever saw, like we talked about it, me and Sherrod, the Iverson documentary on Showtime. The practice moment wasn't even that moment. Everybody
It was
wants
turned
that
into
moment.
something else.
It was turning into something else. Thank God, social media. Well, unfortunately, social media wasn't really popping back then because that would have been dissected and the truth would have been brought out about that. Now people ain't realizing the truth. How long? 15 years. So now we can move on from that. And then he had another picture he took in front of like a Muhammad Ali poster picture or whatever it may be.
That was beautiful.
Do that, dude.
Alan.
Do that now.
No,
Cam
Cam.
did.
He wore a shirt, but the analogy from
Oh, I
the
did see
shirt
that.
and the picture behind him
Yeah.
sent like a very strong
Do
message.
that thing, man. Do all of that. So I love what he's doing, man. I love
He gonna win one. That's
Yeah.
gonna be the ultimate.
Yeah.
You know, I got
He a
y'all because he
quarterback
gonna win
with
one.
a cornerback body. He sure is. He's beautiful.
So when Benjamin come back, focus.
Left.
Focus. We need that butt. Right. So
I drink
when Benjamin come back, then you'll be able to see the Panthers in
Right.
full stride.
Right.
You ain't seen the Panthers in full stride, and I'm afraid.
Running backs getting
The
old.
only thing
though.
is if they don't dismember the team in
Because they
off-season.
can't keep people.
That's the
Just
only.
because-
And that's the only concern. Like if they don't
Budgets.
dismember the
Well, that's
team
been
in the
the laugh
off
of
season,
it.
then I think they'll
That,
be
yeah,
back.
but that's like, well, for me, everybody, we gave, only thing I heard every discussion was Cam. I think we forgot, damn, they did play the number one defense in the league. Like, this is one of the things that always
We
kind of
didn't.
no, I'm just saying,
Oh.
not us. We talked about it. I'm just saying, like, people, after the game, it was all, well, Cam receivers didn't do. Dude, you got two Pro Bowlers on the ends coming at you full speed. They
And
made
his O-line
they
just
made his right
disappeared.
tackle look like a damn turnstile. Every time you looked up, he was out there, his shoulder. You know, he got somebody coming from this side.
And that's what you want, though. I mean, you had the 1 and 2 defense
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl, and the 1 won. I mean,
Right. And
if it
in
was
the end,
supposed to be that,
it came. Carolina didn't play a defense this season that looked like Denver's defense.
Denver
now they
defense
might have
is
had
strong, man.
they might have played better defenses They didn't have that because for Denver, they have personnel in the front line, on the front seven, but then they also have a secondary that is legit. Just like Carolina's secondary is legit.
Yeah.
Carolina got Josh Norman. Came to lead, even though he played real stupid with a lot of dumb penalties and a lot of just.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So we got a caller calling in a little early, but that's perfect, and then we can get that rolling. Let us know when we're ready. Yo, Scott with Sports Report. Can't hear anything.
Who is this? Is this some Fushnicken?
It's Corey. Let me see if I can get him on the line.
Go ahead.
Better.
Hey, I'm feeling. Is this Fushnicken?
No, this
Greatest
is
hits?
This is Cedric Ceballos joint back in the background. You don't hear that smooth flow? He kind of like a Warren G, but he
I
can
can't
dunk
really
with
hear the
a
music in my
blindfold.
headphones. I don't know what's going on today.
Maybe.
It's all good.
No, I turned him up. I mean, it's just he got the music playing low today. Plus, we got a caller calling in, so
Yeah. So in the meantime, the only other thing that I figured it was worth talking about is, where does Peyton Manning? Oh, hold on, we got Corey on the line. Corey.
Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Man, thank you. We want to thank you and thank Natasha for, getting you on, setting up this interview. We just want to do something quick and simple. I wanted to leave everybody to have their own set of questions. It's a question Natasha knows your background, but at the same token, I know you, Prairie View grad, very proud, HBCU alum, and you've done some great things in the NFL. But at the same token, man, go ahead and run some of your resume down, some of the points that are more higher to you, and so the world can know what you do and how you represent your organization.
Well, thank you so much, Phil. Well, I've been NFLPA certified since 2010. And I have HBCU through and true. Went undergrad at Prairie View and then went to Texas Southern Law School, Thurgood Marshall School of Law. I wake up living the dream every day because I can help all my guys. Well, not every guy, but just helping guys achieve their NFL dreams. So, that's what I really try to do and do everything I can. My company is Overtime Sports Manager Group. We're based in Houston, Texas, and we were founded in 2010. And like I said, we really, we're about giving everything back to our clients and just putting everything we can to go the extra distance for our clients.
Man, that's awesome. And I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, man. We kicked it off with a musical tribute to you with the Deion Sanders Must Be the Money.
That's actually on my playlist.
Yeah! That's what I'm saying. The turning million must be the money. Okay, so I'm going to get off of that. At any rate, I personally want to kick it off with just asking a couple of quick questions from the heart because, honestly, being a sports agent was something that I looked at some years ago because I knew in my heart I wanted to deal with sports at some angle because I've always loved it. I grew up in great sports eras. I'm from Detroit, great sports city, and I grew up in the upcoming of the ESPNs of the world, Fox Sports of the world, understanding how important national championships are from college to the pros, even state champions, whatever in high school, all of the above, man. What was it for you that said, you know what, I want to deal with the sports world in my way? What was it for you that really just kind of tapped into that?
Great question, Phil. Now, so what happened was, I'm not, a 6'6", 300-pound guy or, a 7-foot center. So, I kind of realized early on that I wasn't going to be playing professional sports, but just like you, I kind of want to be engaged and actually be a part of the sport. And I really remember the first time, I kind of learned what an agent did, and that was I think it was 1992 when Shaq negotiated his rookie contract. And I just saw the smiles on Shaq's face. And I was like, I was wondering who is that guy on the the left side of Shaq, just smiling just as much as he is. And that's when I was kind of engaged and kind of learned that's what an agent does. And my hometown, Orange, Texas, I got to give a shout out to the Fruit City. It's football rich. Our football team, one of our hometown football teams, West Orange Stark, it's won numerous state championships and it's produced the likes of Earl Thomas, who's on the Legion of Boom. And then in 1992, it also produced another first-round draft pick, Kevin Smith, who was drafted in the first round by the Dallas Cowboys. So, we've come, and I've come from a football-rich community, Golden Triangle, Jamal Charles, coming out of Port Arthur, and, just numerous players that come out that Beaumont, Orange, Port Arthur area. So, football is kind of in my heart. It's in my mind, and it's just a passion that I have. So, like I say, I love what I do, and, and that's really what made me get into the business.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Now I know, and we sit on the panel. We sit on the panel more or less, and that just kind of came out naturally of folks who are professionals in their own right. Of course, we got Natasha, who's got a career in law. We got Sherrod, who's a Michigan alum, and Marquette Law School grad. He's got a career in that field as well. Brandon and myself, we're insurance representative. And we got a railroad woman here who, if you ever playing Monopoly and you figure out why this one woman got all the railroad cards on the board, then you go know why. But then we got Angela doing that. Which one of y'all have something that just pops off in your head as to ask from a professional standpoint and just from loving sports?
I got a question. So, Corey, we know each other well, but I still want to ask the question for listeners. The Combine's coming up, and I think for the most part, people know that the Combine is an invite-only event. But how do you view and handle this new rule of they're not allowing guys with domestic violence backgrounds to attend? Do you think this actually benefits the players better? Which I said earlier, I don't know if you heard, is that I think it to take the spotlight off them being stuck in interviews with questions about their past, or do you think that we might not see a good talent because of this rule?
Tasha, I think that's a great question to open out. First off, I'm very much for that rule that anybody that does any kind of domestic violence or anything against women should not be able to participate in what is considered the premier showcase for a rookie coming into the National Football League. And case in point, the Oklahoma State player last year who actually was kicked out of school, and he ended up going to, I think it's at West Alabama. He was going to probably be one of the participants at the Combine. And I think that, going to the Combine, being, one of those 350 players to be kind of showcased is a privilege. It's not a right. No matter how good your athletic talent is. And so, the players have to be accountable on the field and off the field. So whenever they do acts of violence or anything that can not only, damage their character, but also the reputation of the NFL, I'm strongly, opposed to them being able to participate in the Combine. They'll get their opportunity. They'll have their professional day at their campus, and they may have, their private workouts and team visits. But to see them on the biggest showcase for a rookie, I'm totally for that rule that they should not be allowed to attend.
Hey, Corey, this is Sherrod Edwards. He gave you a quick introduction. I'm a Marquette law grad, but I'm also sports law certified. So I definitely have looked at following that career in the past. I kind of fell in love with criminals, so that's why I do what I do now. So I definitely respect what you do. We're kind of in a state of mourning right now because we're post Super Bowl. All the bowl games for college are over with, but this is really your time where your job becomes of major importance to your guys and also to your brand. Why don't you talk to the listeners a little bit about kind of what your day-to-day is like right now, not just with the Combine and the draft, but also getting people that are going to be undrafted free agents, getting them looks at different franchises across the league.
Great question, Sherrod. And, the awesome part about my job is that, football for me is 365 days a year. So, I don't have any kind of breaks. In fact, just like you mentioned, a great point about the fact that, like I say, this is the time now to where, the new crop of guys, I guess what you would say, is going ahead and getting ready. So I have my 2016 draft class. I have about, right now, 5 players. My linebacker, Mike Tavares from Incarnate Word. He was a transfer from University of Arkansas. I have my strong safety, Kevin Pierre-Louis from Colorado State. I have my offensive tackle, Zach Martinez from Colorado State Pueblo. I also have a quarterback, Kyle Washington from Angelo State, and then I have a kicker, Chad Headland from Southern Methodist University. So this is their part right now where they're actually training for the National Scouting Combine. And my preference is to have all of my guys train at the same facility. They're all training at a facility in Katy called the Athletic Performance Lab under the tutelage of Kerry Bennett and Al Smith, who's also a PV alum as well. But the big thing for me is, I know a lot of agents just send guys off to different facilities. They may be based in New York and send guys to California. They may send them to Florida or whatever. My thing is, this is the time for me to get to know these guys off the field. So we always have our guys train in Houston so I can get to know them. Just like today, I had lunch with one of my players. Like I say, I didn't have a Valentine. He and his girlfriend was out of town.
Oh.
So, just to be able to, sit with him a little bit after church and just kind of, like I say, just to get to know the guys off the field. That's a big thing for me. So this is their training right now. And then their pro days actually start in March, which will be after the National Scouting Combine, which will be February 23rd to the 29th. So the pro days are pretty much to a lesser extent where the scouts will actually come to their campus and pretty much do all the combine events that they would do at the National Scouting Combine. So this is their preparation period that they'll have, and leading up to the draft, they may have private workouts, team visits. So this is that training period that I would say.
Let me just a follow up. I had a good friend. He goes to the same barbershop as I do, and he played school in Louisiana, smaller school in Louisiana. And we had a party and everything, thought he was going to get drafted. But one of the things that I thought he made a mistake on is that he did not attend one of the regional combines that they're doing right now. And I just want to get your point of view on, if you don't get invited to the big combine, how important is it, or do you think it's a good move to go to the regionals? I don't know how many they do right now and how successful they've been. What's your opinion on that?
Outstanding question, sir. Great follow-up. So right now they have about 5 regional combines throughout the country. And just yesterday they had a regional combine that was in Houston. And the combines for kids coming from a smaller school, maybe not having an established resume, those are really good events for players like that. So case in point, they had a kid, that came out the combine yesterday. It was from Columbia University. He ran a 4.4. I'm like, I was asking my scouts in that northeastern region, like, who is this kid?
And does he have an agent?
yeah. I mean, because actually he was from the Golden Triangle, and he had asked about possible representation. I was like, I looked at the resume on the kid. I looked at his bio before he did the regional combine. I was like, yeah, I think at first I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be as interested. But then after I saw he ran like the fastest 40 at the regional combine, 4.4 flat, I was like, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and just do a little research, find out if this kid might be get his name circulated or whatever. Mm-hmm. So for those kids like that, it's definitely a good thing. Now, if you mentioned the player was from a smaller Louisiana school. Now, if it's like let's say for instance, if it's like a LSU or Louisiana Lafayette or La Tech, kids like that, they don't need to go to a regional combine because their pro day is going to attract the same number of scouts. Well, I'm not going to say the same number, but a great number of scouts to their pro day just because they have players that are going to be at the National Scouting Combine looking at them, and they're going to do follow-ups at the pro day. So if you're going to, if you're like from a Louisiana college and, you might not have a pro day, great idea to do a regional combine. But like for my guys, I always try to get them into a bigger pro day where they'll be spotlighted. Like my Colorado State Pueblo young man, he'll actually participate in the Colorado State University pro day, so he'll still get the same exposure. So it really it just depends on the kid's resume and also just the size of the school and if they might have a pro day.
All right, now we also have our engineer Ziggy. he has a good question for you that he wants to ask directly. He's an OU grad, so he's seen some great football, and he lives in Texas like the rest of us right now. So, Ziggy, go ahead and ask him what you want to ask, man.
Thanks for your time today, Mr. Williams. I was just wondering, what type of leverage can a rookie get from like a great showing early, and is getting drafted earlier the only way to kind of create that leverage when you go into negotiation at the start of a career? Is there another way to kind of gain a step up in that process?
Outstanding question, Ziggy. Well, one thing, since the new collective bargaining agreement was, was re-signed in 2011, it really watered down a lot of the leverage that rookie players have. In fact, all standard contracts for drafted players are 4-year contracts, and undrafted players get 3-year contracts. The salary is still the same. The opening salary this year for the 2016 season will be $450,000. But the thing is with the first round is they have a 5th-year option. But the key thing to remember with that, Ziggy, is that 5th-year option is at the option of the team, not the player. So they can't opt out if they're doing really well. And to further that point, for the drafted players now, under the CBA, they can't even renegotiate their contract until the end of their 3rd year if they are a drafted player. And then if they're undrafted, they can't renegotiate until the end of their 2nd year. So you could actually find, Ziggy, that there's players that, like an undrafted player, like let's say, for instance, Arian Foster or something like that, to where who went undrafted, they have a little more leverage because if they play well in the first 2 years of their deal, they actually can come into a renegotiation before a drafted player. So, it made it an equal playing ground for agents like myself having to compete with the Drew Rosenhausers, the Tom Condons, who say, oh, well, they've negotiated better contracts, different things like that, because now everything is slotted. But in that regard, it also has taken away some of the power that the rookies have. But the whole purpose of it was to try to have the teams reward the veterans. So we're still in that. I mean, I'm still kind of torn on that because I still don't think the teams are really truly taking care of all their veterans like they need to. But it is allowing some of the higher echelon players to really get their bigger contracts and everything like that.
Now, and this is Phil again. And one thing too, I always think about, man, is when you get to that point of, your body is hurting and all that. Do you have things that are set up kind of on the back end that are a little heavier? If they could get through a rookie contract, so to speak. So you get them through that first few years, and then they kind of, that they're ailing. You may know before or a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it's before or not, or necessarily beforehand than the actual organizations. But what do you set up that says, you know what, do this so you can set yourself up? I mean, and really what it comes down to is saving. Do you talk to them about that, investment opportunities, and what they can do to put their money aside or into something that can grow their money more so down the line than just right now? Because I know a lot of cats blow money, period, point blank. And it doesn't matter what scale of money they're at. A person can make $30,000 and blow money, and then make $300,000 and blow more money and still be in the same predicament.
I drink $7 crack, so I don't.
That's the time with their Starbucks coffee right here, which is all good. But at the same token, you got $7 Starbucks right quick, but then sometimes you got $700 weekends at the club every weekend. So is there anything that your organization has in place to say, hey, save your money, and then we'll talk about, what to do after you're done?
Great question, Phil. And I love the fact that you addressed that. The big thing for us, because of the numbers, I'm sure you've already heard the statistics that 75% of players within 5 years of their career ending become bankrupt. So the one thing we really try to emphasize at Overtime Sports Management Group is to invest from day one. From the time you first put ink on your first NFL contract, you need to reinvest. So we actually kind of, through our mentality, we actually reinvest back 10% of our commissions back into our players to kind of get their mind, kind of their mental state ready to start, their savings program. So when they get their first signing bonus, or when they, are starting, if they don't even get a signing bonus, they make a 53-man roster. From day one, from the time they first start getting money, we're actually reinvesting 10% of our commissions back into our players. So that, hopefully, in our mindset, is to try to, encourage them that if their agents are reinvesting back into them, that they need to first turn around and reinvest back into themselves. So pay themselves first. That's kind of mentality we set with that. Secondly, what we try to do, off the field, I have, in addition to being a licensed attorney, I'm also a real estate broker, and my business partner has his MBA in management and marketing. So we try to create opportunities both on the field and off the field. So, and the biggest thing for us is off the field. So, for the guys, of course, playing in that first year, I'm not going to say, oh, go buy a $300,000 house. You just made a 53-man roster, because the next year you could be, on the street, and that house that you just bought is foreclosed now. So the biggest thing for us is just to make sure first that they're starting their savings plan and taking advantage of all the programs that the NFL has to offer. I mean, the NFL has a 401 savings plan. They have other savings plans that are set up for them. So, the one thing too is that we tell them maximize that. If the team, whatever the team is matching, you need to put your money into it, so they'll match that, for sure. But anything off the field, we really try to create opportunities for the guys. And, when we get, guys maybe in that 5th, 6th year, and we see that, hey, the NFL may not be lasting much longer for them, we'll try to really recommend a couple of areas. It may not be real estate. It may be starting a small business. And the reason why we do the 10%, because they don't have to invest it like in a nonprofit. They can put it towards education. They can put it towards a family's, a child's trust fund, or whatever may be the case. We just want them in their mind to start putting away money from day one, because, the way the NFL is, the average NFL career is 3.5 years. So as a drafted player, the NFL is already putting, I guess you'd say if we were playing a roulette betting on black, that the player is not even going to see the end of his NFL contract. So because of that situation, the guys can't wait until year 2, year 3. They have to start reinvesting from year 1. And that's the big thing with us, is to really try to encourage them to put that money aside, and try to reinvest back into them.
And one of our other great co-hosts here, Ms. Angela Maxwell, Mississippi State alum, avid follower of the SEC.
Don't ask him what round that going in.
Hey, back off. I'm not doing that. Hi, Court. Thank you for speaking with us today. I do have one question. My business is the corporate side of railroading, and we're always thinking about making a good decision right now for the future. And my question to you is, what is your process for choosing a client? Like, how do you analyze a client and try to, pick the person who you think you can take the furthest? Like, what are you looking for in the ideal client?
Outstanding question, Angela. And, as I know you're in the railroads, and Monopoly is one of my favorite games, too. So I'm reading Pennsylvania, B&O. I'm all about the railroads, too. But the big thing for us, from day one, my thing is always about building relationships with my NFL scouting. I have relations from the scout that actually signed my first player, now 6 years in the business. So I really try, before I, sign any guys in, so I really reach out to my scouts and say, hey, what do you think about this guy? What's his positives, what's his negatives? How's his character, different things like that. Because, the first years, first 2-3 years, I really try to just, I looked at stats. I looked at, this guy is this and this guy is that. And then I realized, just because a guy is great statistically in college doesn't mean they have the intangibles or the measurables that are going to be at the NFL level. So, the biggest asset that I've had is being able to say, if I want to, if I could text my Dolphins scout, Matt Winston, say, hey, Matt, what do you think about so-so? And, or if I can text my Jet scout, Jay Mandalese, say, hey, Jay, what do you think about this, this guy, whatever. Because that is, if they're in the field, they're actually seeing these guys. They're talking to the coaches. They have their eyes and ears, pretty much at each university. So that's been my biggest asset that I think that, helps me evaluate the talent. I would love to say that I'm finding all these gems and all these different players, but, it's because of the relationship that I have with the scouts that I'm able to evaluate and find great talent to represent.
Okay.
And
amazing.
I secretly watch all your clients' social media accounts.
Ain't no secret no more.
Oh, he knows that. He knows that. And I told his clients all the other week, too. We had them. They were guest speakers at my football basics workshop the week of Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And they all came and volunteered.
Absolutely.
And that was an outstanding seminar that Natasha had. I mean, her pumps, cleat, and couture. I mean, it's just such a great group for, the female sports fans, and, and then having Indy Kalu really come in there. And it was so exciting. I mean, it was a 2-hour seminar, but it really seemed like it could have gone on further. I mean, the ladies were engaged and learning about the sport, and then they were asking questions to my guys and to different, to the, and you'd be surprised. I mean, there's a lot of ladies that know their football. Some of them probably know more than some of the guys, but it was a great event, and I look forward to, having, having some of my guys at Tasha's next event, because she's doing great things for that lady sports group.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Now, Ziggy had one more question, man. It's kind of not football related, but just kind of like straight agent related. Go ahead, Ziggy.
So I was just wondering, do you represent stand-up comics, and are you looking for a client?
Oh, well, Ziggy, you know what? I haven't looked into the full entertainment field, but you know what? I'll take a look at your resume. If you or anybody's resume that wants to do it, I've gone to the Improv a couple of times. I've seen some up-and-coming comics that, it would be nice to get a guy like a up-and-coming Kevin Hart who I can ride the wave and on a ride-along $200 million movie. So,
Yeah, this a decent one, Corey. This a decent one, Corey.
Let's go.
He a decent one.
That's right. Hey,
I used to do entertainment law. Ziggy fits the profile.
He fits the profile.
He fits the profile.
At a minimum,
Corey.
he got a funny ass laugh. At
Hilarious.
A bare minimum.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
babe,
Yeah.
look, check it out, Court, man. We thank you so much for calling in to giving the agent's perspective of the sports world, primarily in the NFL field, man. We know you're gonna do great things. I know you got other, different sports on your mind, whether it be MLB, NBA, hell, soccer, whatever it may be, man. So, we hope that you just continue to do well and all that you do and represent in an honest and conscious manner, first and foremost, because not too many agents do that, where you can say, you know what, this guy represents me and representing core values. Even today, you meeting a young man after, hey, I'm going to go over talk to this guy at the church. You got a conscious mind at the church. Typically, that's what people have. They ain't worried so much about their woes, but you leave church and say, let me go ahead and get to work with a fresh mind, a fresh perspective, coming off a good word, and go ahead and, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. So that's just one snippet of a testament of what you provide to the sports world for all these young athletes coming out here, man. So we want to see great things for you. We're going to continue to follow you here at Scalper Sports, and we hope you do the same. And we're going to have this show posted up in the next few days, man. So thank you. And hey, you ain't got no Valentine brother. We your Valentine brother.
I appreciate that, Phil. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on the show. I really enjoyed it. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to, if you have any other questions, feel free to, follow us on the Instagram. I'm on OSMG 2016. And then, I started a little bit of OSMG television on YouTube. So I try to, do a little bit of stuff, for subscribing, kind of telling some people about the, our clients and just kind of the agent world, different things that may come up. So feel free to follow us there. And, again, and Phil, I look forward to following your show, and and I know you're going to be doing great things as well. So I just thank you for having me. Look, I want to be that up and comer, so I can say I was on the on-field show, and and when you're on that big time level, then I could say I was on your show.
Don't worry about it, man. We all going somewhere. I'll tell you what, we want to thank you again. You have a great Sunday, a great start to the week. Scalper Sports Support, Overtime, Sports Management, first and foremost. That's real, though. That's a hell of a name, though. Isn't that not a hell of a name? Did I say the name right?
You did.
I said the name.
Yeah.
I said that's just a hell of a name. Overtime. You know what happens in overtime? More work. So
Harder work when you tired.
hell yeah. But we about to get ready to go to break, man. Thank you again, Corey. Scalper Sports. We're going to break. Y'all happy Valentine's. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Gotta get ready for the Sunday fight. Now I'm as smooth as a chocolate swirl. I dance a little funky, so watch me, girl. There's no one here that does it like me. My Super Bowl shuffle will set you free.
I'm Samurai Mike. I chop 'em cold. Part of the defense, big and bold. I've been jamming for quite a while, doing what's right and setting the style. Give me a chance, I'll rock you good. Nobody messing in my neighborhood. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know it's good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. When I hit the turf, I've got no plan. I just throw my body all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the field. I motivate the cats, I like to tease. I play so cool, I aim to please. That's why you all got here on the double to catch me doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm mama's boy, Otis, one of a kind. The ladies all longing for my body and my mind. I'm slick on the floor as I can be, but ain't no sucker gonna get past me. Some guys are jealous of my style and class. That's why some end up on that. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I'm just getting down to the Super Bowl shuffle.
They say Jimbo is our man. If Jimmy can't do it, I sure can. This is Steve, and it's no wonder. I run like lightning, pass like thunder. So bring on Atlanta, bring on Dallas. This is for Mike and Papa Bear Hallis. But I'm not here to feathers ruffle. I just came here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm L.A. Mike and I play it cool. They don't sneak by me cause I'm no fool. I fly on the field and get on down. Everybody knows I don't mess around. I can break 'em, shake 'em any time of day. I like to steal it and make 'em pay. So please don't try to beat my hustle, cause I'm just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. The sack man's coming. I'm your man. Dent is a quarterback slow. He's gonna get bent. We stop the run. We stop the pass. I like to dump guys on there. We love to play for the world best fan. You better start making your Super Bowl plan. But don't get ready or go through any trouble unless you practice the Super Bowl shuffle.
It's Gary here, and I'm Mr. Clean. They call me Hitman. Don't know what they mean. They throw it long and watch me run. I'm on my man, one-on-one. Buddies, guys, cover it down to the bone. That's why they call it the 46 zone. Come on, everybody, let's scream and yell. We're gonna do the shuffle, then ring your bell.
You're looking at the frizz, I'm the rookie. I may be large, but I'm no dumb cookie. You see me hit, you see me run. When I kick and pass, we'll have more fun. I can dance, you will see. The others, they all learn from me. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle. One, two, three, we are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are
the right one. So that's perfect.
Scalpel.
We back. My earphone broke.
Fix your, make sure chorus.
Y'all show ain't started yet.
It ain't even a chorus. This
We
is
always
Really?
have.
Oh,
Always.
Come on, join the
He been
party.
quiet today though. I'm wondering what's up
Come
with
join
him.
the party. Yeah,
He's a hater.
anytime
Been quiet
everybody here,
for
I gotta make sure
Everybody
I'm
engaged.
not trying overbearing.
Equal hate.
Be overbearing. Just having a good time
We
on this
watching you.
Sunday.
We got to spread the
I
hate.
ain't
We got
even watching him.
I came in.
He was the only one to say it. I really didn't expect that from Brandon.
I did.
I
said
Brandon
Brandon is
that.
actually the sweetest person
Oh.
here.
Brandon is.
He's the sweetest person here.
I am. I've been
Ziggy's the coolest.
I've been zoning today, so y'all got
Everything okay?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I just been in a whole nother zone.
Y'all been juggling them women.
You thinking about Deadpool and all that?
Yeah, don't hit me,
that's
Phil.
going on.
'Cause I'm gonna talk about you.
What's about to go
Listen,
down?
we back
What's
and it's Valentine's weekend. It
Who get to go with me to the game next
it
time?
felt weird because Valentine's came on Sunday and a lot of people not knowing their place.
Spin the bottle.
Welcome
Oh,
back
do it right
to
now.
Maximum with Angela.
What's going?
If you haven't heard from dude in the last 40, you probably, so you won't hear from till Tuesday.
I'm telling you
Wait,
what
wait,
I
wait.
said, Angela,
Yes,
about
Phil,
the
including
side
you.
chick. Listen, I
What'd
told
I
you
do?
about the side chick. I posted about that. Don't be the side chick.
Yeah.
Sit court side.
That's right. Sit court side.
Sit court side.
Well, since we talking about side chicks,
Wait, now, because Phil, I gotta get Phil straight. So look, including Phil, ladies, if Phil haven't called you in the last 48 hours, that is not your man. Okay? He made a choice. Matter of fact, he might call you tomorrow. He might not call you tomorrow. No. But he really, I mean, he up here with us by choice. So this our man. Because he choosing to spend the day with me. So,
Gerard be calling his on break though. You gotta watch him.
no, we just
That was my mom. Coming to see you soon.
Y'all get it how you live, child. Get your money. Go ahead. I'm not upset.
I ain't get offended about none of it. I was actually thinking.
B Simple was about to start talking. He was about to start talking about D Fish.
you already know where I was
I
know where I'm
So
going.
what happened to the list? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just, I
Because
been drinking a
y'all
lot.
brought up side
A little.
chicks and stuff. Man, this guy Derek Fisher, I
messing up.
used to like him as a Laker. Man, he got to be
I didn't
stopped.
like him as a Laker. His face was too.
He got to be stopped, man.
I didn't trust him.
This dude here is, first of all, he has broken so many man
so
codes.
many man codes.
Ooh.
And I heard about my man code from my brother. I didn't realize that he couldn't do the things that he was doing.
He couldn't.
No.
None of them.
Okay,
Because
what's the?
it's not a
Hold on,
wife.
let's break it down.
Because she wasn't a wife.
Hold up,
She wasn't
no.
ever this guy's wife.
No, I think she was at some point.
They were
it
never
don't. It don't matter. This was your former teammate,
Okay.
and there are documented pictures of.
But are they friends?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Let me tell you. Okay,
I
I think we're going too far with the code. They got their own code because it's not like with LeBron when his teammate is smashing his mama and they got to be on the court together and he got to have a visual. Y'all create the code that's
But-
convenient for y'all.
Okay, but hold on, let me
because
say
you don't
this.
choose who your
That's what I
teammates
thought.
are.
No,
So if they're
but-
not teammates anymore,
And
I
I
don't
don't
have
have
Hold
anything
on,
with
but this
them.
is why I'm saying that. This is why I'm saying that. There's documented proof that when Derek Fisher was married and Matt Barnes was married, that they're out
They
like on
weren't
couple.
married.
No. When they were out together, they
Okay.
were all married.
Yeah,
they
were
were
all
all
married, so-
married. Because
yeah,
Fisher
they're-
was married for
But
16.
Matt Barnes
Yeah.
never married that girl.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
That man, that's his
He
wife.
did
That's his wife.
eventually-
That
That's
is
his
Why
wife.
did
Still.
I not having
Like
a
right
ring?
No. They
keep
mixed
mixing
that.
people's stories
And you
up.
mixing up the sisters. The other sister never got married. She just always
That was the
been-
one that's with Gilbert Arenas, right?
Yeah.
Come back.
Okay.
Come
No,
back.
no.
Come
He
back.
married her. They had a
So
beautiful
much
wedding.
fighting going on. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
Go
no.
ahead.
They
Yeah.
had a beautiful wedding. Honestly, I wish we could skip this and just stick to Derek's issues. I don't
No,
really
no.
like-
That's what I'm coming at.
Yeah,
That's what I'm coming
please,
at.
'cause
But the reason I say Derek Fisher because now he's a coach. So now it's kind of like somebody being a manager. You have a
Okay.
whole nother. And now with the new news coming out that he has probably hit or dated former players, like players that were on his teams, ex-girlfriends or something like that. I got a real big problem with that because that's real. If I'm playing for you, how can I respect you?
Now, okay, now that's where we'll stay at, because I'm just like, because I really
Yeah, I
don't
don't
like
give a
the
damn.
whole the other part.
No. I'm
Now,
bringing it to
going on
that.
part, if that part is true, if though any of those things are true, you're right, because that's like your manager sleeping with his staff, and y'all got to work together, but y'all at a disadvantage because he's sleeping with your staff spouses. That's the equivalent of what was going on. It kind of taints the work pool. It
Right.
makes the work pool hard to get along.
And from all this other information that's coming out, that's a big reason of why the Knicks, you can kind of tell they kind of tuned Fisher out. And Phil finally kind of saw this and was like,
only problem I had with it is I don't think they kind of saw it. I believe they always knew. They know what go on in their
That's
own
true.
dirty world. That's why I don't like talking about
and
it.
that's-
And I'm done with it because I feel like I'm not about to throw Fisher under any more bus than everybody
yeah,
else in the
I know.
game.
I feel you on that. It's just
Fisher get a pass from me. Number one,
That's my issue.
Fisher is a former player that just got done playing, and y'all want him to have learned all these rules and regulation and to drop his whole roster and not have an abundance of holes or whatever he got on his squad in a matter of a year since he left regular NBA player life to being a coach. Like, cut it out.
All right, I hear you.
Number two,
Well, one of the hosts
number
came
two,
in. You got two.
number
You
two,
got two. Wait,
number
wait,
two.
wait, wait.
Y'all know this lifestyle. We not living it, but we know it, right? And half of it is keeping a lot of your damage on the low, right? There is no app that says NBA PA app saying I smashed this chick, she's off limits.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
if it-
ball alert.
Well, but that's what y'all use. But I highly ain't nobody claiming these chicks like that. So like come on, everybody's attacking him because the Gloria thing and she's a reality star, so it gets that much more.
No. She's a wife. I think that's the only difference. I think that makes the
I get that.
difference.
I get that.
Okay.
But you know, look, Tony Parker. What was that story? Smashed Brent Berry's wife.
Yeah.
Like
They all kinda do it, right?
It's just life, and
It's just y'all life.
It is.
It's just y'all.
That's
life.
crazy.
Y'all part of it,
I
though.
drink
No.
Now-
It's always a small few. That's why it's the same few women that's rotate. No, it's a very
It
small.
ain't no small few because Steve Nash had got in on the action at one point. I remember that. I was like,
Well, no.
You got her?
What I'm saying is the number of chicks that this usually involves.
Oh,
The
yeah.
number is small. They
Yeah.
rotate team to team and whatever. I think the only thing I don't like about any of it is it has nothing to do with how good or bad they play on the field. It gets back to kind of what Brandon said on the court. If you taint the responsibility of the manager, it's hard to hold it up because it depends on how scandalous it is. I mean, if you done with the chick and somebody else dated her, then that's one thing. If you behind closed doors going after the chicks while they involved for whatever
another
way they
thing.
involve, I don't care how they involve. If that's the way they chose to date, you could pick everything else on earth. Like I used to tell guys in law school, it's 150 women here, but it's 150,000 in the city. Why are you picking from the same 150? Go pick outside. It's plenty to pick from. But people get lazy and comfortable, and that's why I said a lot of this is now it comes out. This has always been that world of whatever goes on. So I don't like picking sides other than leave people's spouses out of it. But all this dating, he didn't just start this dating. He ain't been separated from his wife, a whole year?
Right.
So he been married all this time. So all of y'all knew all this dirt was there.
Nah,
Not you?
and I'm gonna say this because there's some other pieces that come into the play. Now it's the Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's what I'm talking about with former players.
Yeah.
With other when I said former players, I meant former players from the Knicks. Well,
From the
former
Knicks.
player and the
From
current
the
player
Knicks.
because Cleanthony
Yeah.
Early is still on the squad, but Tim Hardaway's been traded. But that's what when I was saying former players, I meant Tim Hardaway Jr. I didn't say his name.
The Tim Hardaway Jr. piece comes into play, and then it comes down to you just have no regard for nobody at this point. Because if your name's coming up with two different players, that's horrible.
3 different players if you count Matt Barnes.
3 different
Matt
players.
Barnes, who I was talking
Anthony
about.
Early.
Wow.
Matt, that's
Well, I
horrible.
just hated it made Matt look like the crazy guy.
Well,
Right.
he is the crazy guy though. He is crazy.
Well, Matt,
I got
Matt
my
is,
limits about people with their spouses.
no. We saying Matt crazy. No, Matt crazy. Before that. Before that, Matt has
I
always
get that,
been,
but
had been the
it's
crazy.
Matt's wife.
Yeah.
I'm always. I mean, other than promoting violence, I know that part went a little too far. I'm not against a man who fight for his woman or a woman that fight for her man.
Right.
Don't threaten to harm people outright, but I'm not against them
to fight for
fighting for the
relationship. Yes.
It's separated or not. So I'm not against people for that on any level. Until you sign and you trying to save it or keep it going, I'm gonna have to ride with you.
Right.
And so if you being embarrassed by somebody who can show you up, he was being embarrassed. His life was no longer personal when Derek flaunting around at his crib.
And the worst thing you can do is for a superstar, or I don't want to say super, any kind of NBA player, because you're in that light,
Spotlight,
is to sit there and to have that come out, and now the media's got to ask you about it in a press conference. So how you feel about the coach of the Knicks talking to your ex-wife?
Not even just a regular coach. The coach you used to taking pictures and double
exactly.
date with.
Your former teammate is hollering at your ex. How do you feel about that?
That's crazy.
Man, you know he gonna want to sit there and go off, because that
And that's
ain't
all
no answer.
I'm
Ain't no
saying.
simple answer to at the press conference. Like, well, Derek is a man, and they free to make man. No, it's gonna be the fade has been served. It's coming. The fade gonna happen, dog.
So with that,
you know me. If the fade gotta go, it's gotta happen.
But here's the thing too, and then when you're already 40 and 96, that's your record as a coach. On top of the personal issues that people ain't really coming back from, you got to go. And I put a little note on here: too soon or too late. Probably right in the middle at this point.
Yeah, because
you gotta give a
but
guy
what
a
happens?
shot.
You can think to bring that to a close. You saying 40 to 29, or the personal issues. The personal issues end up affecting the business of our team.
Yeah,
So
now,
as long as
you got people wondering, like, did we trade for the right reason?
Yeah.
Did he not fit our team because of you?
Right.
Because it's skill. Now it's iffy for us, because maybe he kept quiet and just let it ride, because I want to stay in the league. I see what
And
happened.
I just got here.
I see what happened when LeBron got into it with a teammate over messing with his mama. I'm pushed all the way out the league. So maybe next time I'm just gonna ride with the flow, and if it looked like the flow is there, I'm gonna just be quiet.
And that's another piece. So I mean,
we're not gonna talk about the chicks that knew who both of them were and smashed both of them, right? Like, come on, it's all part of the game. Like, stop playing with me.
But here's the
I
thing.
know that you the coach and you the player. I smashed both of them. We want to talk about Derek Fisher. Get the fuck out of here.
But here's the thing. That's true.
Come on, man.
But they don't play the sport. They don't play the sport.
I think that's the
Blake still out.
Look,
They don't play the sport.
Look,
The
that's
chick
the
don't-
reason.
it's a valid-
I agree.
it's a valid thing.
point, which is why I said I don't like discussing it. But at the same time, you cannot ignore the management factor.
I
to
got it.
Yeah.
He got to be man enough to say, "Nah, girl, it's too much."
And we don't
else
even
out
know
there."
the story. Like,
Yeah,
the
so
story was
tainted.
Tim Hardaway had to ask, did you date my coach? We don't know time frame, if it was
Right.
the same time, or if he was saying, did you smash my girl 3 years ago and now I'm wifing her and got her at team functions? Like, we don't know the real story. But at the end of the day, we know the quality of what we dealing with, and we sitting up here trying to chastise this man.
Hold on,
I
but,
ain't
but,
chastised.
but we do know at one point D Fish was a stand-up guy, and he was looked at as one of the cleaner, more
like head of the Players Association.
So that's the problem with sports. We why can't we keep stuff on the field? We want to do all this good guy, bad guy stuff. And I don't really care. Like,
Let me tell you.
have y'all seen Clee Anthony Early's girl?
I don't do. Listen,
His
I
name
don't do.
Clee Anthony.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't do clean or bad guy. I talked about this last night. When you cross over that baseline, I don't know you. So all this is just rhetoric that we have.
Yeah.
It may be fun for the moment,
Right.
but the only thing that is real that we don't need facts on, we can see visually.
That it affected that team.
Derek Fisher was taking pictures with Matt Barnes and him and his wife.
It affected
And next
the team,
minute,
B. Simp.
you at her house.
Man, you can tell that half the players probably don't want to play for Fish. I mean, it's always been a little.
First of all,
he
he
shouldn't have been the coach.
Here's the real question, right? Should Derek Fisher
Yeah,
be a
he
coach
couldn't have been
anyway?
the coach.
You know what
But-
I mean? A couple guys go from the bench to a head coaching job, and they think everybody can do it. But it's bigger than that. You know, everybody. Steve Kerr put in work to get where he at, and he got put in the right position.
People also
A lot of
Steve Kerr
guys
also
are
was the GM at some point.
True, and a lot of guys are on the bench for years and years and years learning their
assistants.
craft before they become a head coach. Maybe that's the story. Maybe we shouldn't be putting guys straight a year or two from retirement
Hell
in
no.
a position of head coach.
And to give them some space on that, on the personal thing.
Right.
One minute I was on the bench dabbing with you
Right.
and kicking it with you on
Right.
the yacht, and the next minute I'm your boss.
Right.
It's that work relationship.
It's a different dynamic.
When the person moves up at work,
Yeah.
and and now you gotta have a different kind of lunch.
And let us
That's
have time
true.
to sweep it under the rug if there is anything.
I mean, it's like any business.
all makes
You've worked amongst your peers and then gotten promoted where now you supervise them. You can't go to lunch with them anymore like you used to.
like that.
You know, you have to separate yourself. So that may be the real story is should
I
D
would
Fish
prefer
be a
that
coach
I
anyway?
really don't care about that.
Yeah,
other
stay
one.
out of people's bedrooms, man. I don't care.
Well, they need to keep their bedrooms out of the damn social media too.
No, that's just y'all being lazy and not having nothing else to pay attention to.
Well, no.
Let's talk about defenses and schemes and stuff like that. That's stuff we don't do no more.
Who is y'all lazy?
I'm just mean period, just in general.
I just wanted to see.
But
'cause me and Angela
here's the piece though. The problem,
we didn't
the
type
problem
this
of it is,
outline up.
yeah, but the problem of it is when your team is fluttering and they can't
They
get
was
over the
gonna
hump.
flutter
with talent.
anyway.
No, they
You
were
don't
not.
know that.
The New York Knicks.
The Knicks don't look good. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Yeah, you
they
did.
do.
Hey, you did shout out Porzingis. I give you that.
They did. Yeah, but
that was early.
But my thing.
They have
and we-
they have pieces, but I
They
don't
have
think
pieces,
they're ready.
but when you have pieces and you don't
Now
have
he
a
questioning
leader
the
and a
pieces.
follower, you question who's our leadership coaching wise. That's a big deal. That's all I'm saying.
And that
with
still
it.
goes back to
I
what
think it
Shaw
should be
just
Mark
said,
Jackson.
though.
Right, absolutely. Who?
Mark Jackson.
Yes.
So he can make that team for another
Mark
person
Jackson's
who
St.
just walking
John's
to
guy.
the national championship.
He's been successful as a coach. He has a high basketball IQ as a point guard and the whole nine. So I think Mark Jackson go ahead and take that seat.
And bigger problems than that. If Phil Jackson is going to require people to
Run
run
the
his
triangle.
offense,
Triangle's
and
old.
stuff like that, that's
From
that's
up top,
a bigger
that
issue.
whole.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
If
want
you
to
go, if you the real coach, come down and
come
coach.
down and coach.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if it ain't Mark Jackson, Phil, get your old ass down there and quit playing.
No, it's gonna. This is what he's gonna be. The name that you about to hear come up in the offseason is gonna be Luke Walton, and Luke Walton.
Oh, mercy.
God, no.
Jeez.
It ain't no flack to Luke Walton though.
But this is what's gonna happen, dog. Because and I'm saying with the Knicks,
That
because
boy
Luke
makes so
Walton,
lost.
Luke Walton knows the triangle. Like it's always been.
Wait a minute. Oh, here's one question. Is this George Hill?
This is Manny Pacquiao singing "Sometimes When We Touch."
Wow.
Describe the whole Mayweather fight. Look.
Oh my goodness.
Sometime when somebody get hit.
Oh my goodness. This is a great way
I
to
was
get
feeling,
off
I
of
was
this
feeling like
topic.
the same way as J. Cole week. Like, what's going on?
All right. Well,
It's not quite as bad.
Well, since we can sum this up. The only thing we know for sure is that Derek and Gloria took a picture together and it came down, and that Derek don't have a job in New York no more. We don't know who up for it. We'll worry about that in July.
I just want Mark Jackson to get
How
that
about we
job.
try to figure out what your next story about with Blake? How about we try to figure out what's still going
Yeah,
on
and quit
right
punching
now?
other employees of your damn
What
team.
really happened?
He knocked his homeboy out.
Why?
He caught him with a two-piece.
So here's the problem.
I actually heard it was like a 4-5 piece. Like, you let him have it.
So-
Damn, that's
so
like
they was-
$10 at Popeyes.
They were
4 piece? Good Lord.
good Lord, that's a lot of money. They was traveling and they had a road trip to Toronto. So on the team dinner, and it was only a few of them. They all went to dinner in Toronto. So the team equipment manager, assistant equipment manager, what's my man's name? I forgot his name already. Hold on.
Dude, it got mopped.
Mateus Testy. Okay, so on the 23rd of last January, Manny Pacquiao. Sometimes we touch. So right, Blake. Sometimes you touch my face a lot. So when they went to dinner, and then whatever the case was, Testy, I guess he felt testy first and foremost, and he felt comfortable enough to just have jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes about how the Clippers are so much better when Blake's not playing. Because mind you, he hadn't played for a while for a quad injury that happened in Utah when they played in November. So from that point, it was like, okay, maybe they just better than, they a better team without you, da-da-da-da-da. And he probably just going with punchline, and then it come from the line to getting punched. And now it's just punch on punch on punch. And he just got this dude squared up.
See that. Is there a video?
No.
There's no video. There's no video.
Cause
No, what happened? Well,
I think they only told because he broke his hand.
Right.
yeah, what happened? It started in the restaurant.
They had to report the
hand in
injury.
your face.
It started in the restaurant, and then it went like dude left. I went outside of the restaurant. Then Blake went outside, and that's when the other pieces of that mopping went down outside of the restaurant.
Yeah, Molly Wop.
Thank goodness no
Molly
video.
Wop.
I don't
Yeah,
think I don't want video on that.
Yeah,
And I think only because of the way injury reports are set up now, they have to report the injury, and that's the problem.
Now, the part, and I don't mind them reporting the injury at all. However, I'm looking at it like this. Man, look, Blake, you are already one of the leading technical foul recipients. You've earned pretty much more techs than most people in the whole league combined. Look, bro, cool out, be cool. You're supposed to be a leader and the focal point of the team. You're the spokesperson for Kia. You're getting checks, dog. Be cool. Don't.
Hey, I mean, yeah, that's
cats.
true. It's easy to say that
That's
from my
easy to
perspective,
say that, but
and
everybody
you know,
got
because you
their
don't know,
moment.
yeah, you don't know what was
And this
said.
dude look like a clown. Like, have you seen the picture? Like, he look like he one of them people that just like.
But that's his boy.
Anyway.
No, that's his boy.
But
though.
he annoying. That's his boy. But he that annoying dude that he hang around because he around. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And he wasn't around. He
No.
probably wouldn't be around.
No, I mean, it just everybody got that, and even with your
He
own
knew
crew.
he was going too far. Though.
Well, even with their own crews, everybody got that one. That you take a lot of jokes, and jokes.
Okay,
whatever.
but then you say,
it's
"Now,
that
hold
one
down."
thing, and that switch flip, and sometimes you react without really thinking about it, and that's probably what happened. And then, I mean, after I hit him the first time, could I have stopped? Maybe, but my arms were still in motion, and things
I
of
was
that.
still
And he
mad.
earned it.
And he earned it. But here's the other part. The part that's most important to me is, A, he's got a 4-game suspension on top of whenever he's projected to come back, which is in March. All of that. He's gonna lose a lot of money. Not to him, but he's gonna lose like $800,000 plus. All right, that's a lot of freaking money to a common person. Now, they're 23-5 without him. That's
So
the
you
other
may not never come back.
He might not, because the trade deadline coming up. We're about to get into that.
They
in a
ain't
minute.
shipping Blake.
But if you can get viable pieces for him, either way, the conversation's gonna be out there.
Not shipping.
Even if they don't ship them, the conversation's gonna be out there. Like, dog, we
No,
can totally get rid of you.
somebody gonna inquire about him. They not gonna ship him because they 23-5 now. It's the regular season. No matter what, Blake's still top 10 player in the league.
Yeah,
In the playoff series, 7 games. That's gonna make a difference. It ain't gonna, we can win a nice little streak without you because we played. Okay, we might have got this one game against this good team, but then we might have got 6 good games against Denver, Philly, New York. Yeah, that we went on a nice little run. So that's the records can be
Deceiving.
Yeah, can deceive you. So no, I think they still, if they want to do something in the playoffs, they gonna need Blake because it don't matter who you trading with that you're going to get that's going to replace Blake.
Al Horford.
I think this is, but no, don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. I think this is a classic example of, in this instance, where something off the field has kind of forced you to look internally about what you guys got going on the court. Because before this, it's like Blake jumps out the gym and he's commercial. He's out in LA. He's a good fit for the Clippers. But one of the things that they had a problem with extending to last year, and really since he's been in the league, his game has flourished from an all-around perspective. But what they've got some kind of chemistry issue with him getting the ball in their offense and getting bogged down.
Right.
And then the second part is they don't really trust him late in games. And that's why they lost that series against Houston last year. Chris Paul is still prime-ish right now.
Yeah.
And with him gone, everything is going through him. They're utilizing DeAndre at a higher level. I know they got the free throw issue. J.J. Redick is becoming a bigger part of their offense, not just a standstill guy.
Jamal is Jamal.
And some of they got rid of Josh Smith.
They did?
We both know.
Yeah, he went back to Houston.
He went to Houston
Oh, word?
a while back.
Okay.
So
About a week or so ago.
yeah, it's been
It's
a
longer
few
than that.
few weeks
It's
before
a few
weeks before All
If
Star.
a tree falls in the forest.
2-3 weeks. He actually started balling when he went down. He's got a comfort level in that system and being able to shoot threes whenever he wants to.
That's all it is.
But my point being, they probably are having some realistic conversations. Like if we bring in a team guy like an Al Horford that can give us play on both sides of the court, that doesn't demand the ball and doesn't try and create for himself, he can do pick and pop with Chris Paul. You know what I mean? And still get DeAndre on the oops, and you can still hit Redick in the corner for threes. So just philosophically, I think they're like, all right, Blake, you've been out with the injury. We did well. Then you do this. Okay, let's take a look at this.
I don't even think they're putting too much on the injury. I think it's all what you said in the beginning, because you don't even have to visualize your team. It's kind of like the old way, hate to do this, but the Watt-Williams thing. Mario Williams goes out, you bring in Watt. Watt wasn't stellar in the beginning, but he was holding the spot, and it worked. And then he excelled, and you're like, well, we really don't have to use Williams. He's trying to make it work. We can just let that make it. And now you start to see, like, we got a great superstar. We don't really care about Kia. He care about Kia. You know, we care about, we got to win this time. We know we got to get through Golden State.
Right.
And we know already what we look like playing them.
And San Antonio, though.
Yeah, and San Antonio. And the
he's
silent
not,
sleeper.
He's not go guard.
Right.
He's not go guard LaMarcus Aldridge.
So,
he's not go guard Tim Duncan. But Al Horford can better.
Right. I think that is the bigger secret. And unfortunately, I don't think they really care about the injury to the hand at all, other than
he was injured. The injury I was talking about was the injury before.
The quad injury.
Yeah,
the quad
injury.
injury. Because he was gone for so long, and they were having success at the time. Like they weren't sitting there like, come on, Blake. Like, you need to come back a little bit early.
Yeah.
It was like, we doing pretty good. Get healthy, and then you go do that and get suspended, and it's like, man, okay. I mean, then you missed the All-Star game.
On the cake.
So it's just
icing on the cake.
Yeah. I can see it happening.
A couple of other trade hoops rumors, more or less. Kind of looking at Hassan Whiteside. Heat are open to trading him. Reportedly, the Heat are open to trading him, according to hoopshype.com. That'll be a blow. But I think they see that he's probably peaking.
No, I don't think it's that. I think he's not falling in line with the Miami Mafia.
Okay.
That's what it is. I think
he's disrupting kind of what they got
I mean,
going
he
on.
blew up and kind of out of nowhere.
Right.
And I think they wanted him to. You need to ease into this
Exactly.
stardom, and
he's equity at this point.
And he, he's a bit of a hothead too.
Yeah, that's the big thing about it. He is. Can we fully He's clearly playing for a contract right now.
Right.
And everybody in the NBA knows that. Everybody in Miami knows that. But his high head tactics is some things that happen. It affects them on the court
can't
sometimes.
be no more hothead than Phoenix.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. We got to talk about that. That's important.
Go into it.
No, but let me finish about Whiteside. Just because you see that affect him on the court, and it's like, can we trust you?
Don't nobody want to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. But with Phoenix, the whole Markieff Morris fighting,
Kentucky boy.
Goodwin. Archie Goodwin.
Archie
Goodwin, yeah.
On the bench. I'm coming to blows.
Because he missed his brother. He missed his brother.
He does.
Dog.
That's at the core of it.
That's true.
He missed his brother.
I'm sorry. You make millions. You in the NBA, dog.
His twin brother played for the Pistons.
Though.
And they played together.
But this is a
life
business at
until
this
then.
point. And I understand that you and your brother have that kind of connection. I understand it. And if he comes to the Pistons and it can help us, great. But if he comes to the Pistons and he FR...
No, let's not even go that far. I think people don't understand the issues of siblings.
Yeah.
It plays a heavy
Especially
thing
not
your
twins.
whole life.
Twins,
and my mom's a twin.
Okay.
My cousins are twins. I got 6 sets of twins in the immediate family, okay? There's something in them. They cannot be separated. There really is a connected DNA. It's a hard mental struggle to adjust.
True.
Millions don't fix that.
True.
Millions don't fix
I
that. But
understand.
I do think no matter what, you got to show some respect on the bench.
And
I think the millions are part of the problem
think
because
so?
they took a pay cut
to play together.
And then they shipped them. It's like, wait.
What was the point? We
Yeah,
was
like
gonna
I want my extra $5 million or $10 million that should have been in my
Because
contract.
I thought that,
That's true.
when Marcus got traded to Detroit, I thought that you could see some of that with him. But he's handled it. Actually, he's taken a hell of a leadership role
yeah.
in Detroit. And he...
Although they done slipped. They out of the playoffs 500.
We had 500.
Hold on one second. Zig, how much we got left?
Let's get through this song, and then I'll bring up the closer, and we can close it out.
All right, I'll tell y'all what. We need to go right into the All-Star weekend. I ain't gonna lie. We done sat off on that because last night was the best dunk contest I've seen since Vince Carter by himself.
Aaron Gordon got robbed.
Aaron Gordon totally got robbed.
If they went to 60, I think he would have won. But because they capped it at 50,
and Shaq was an asshole about it.
I mean,
hey, man, he played
it's,
for Orlando.
All those dunks were 10s. You know, but if they had a scale
I
of
think
up to 15,
that's what the problem was.
yeah.
All of them were still 10s, and you're supposed to judge the dunk, not compare it to the other dunk.
Right.
So if you judge the dunk, the dunk was stellar. The problem is in the end, you're comparing the dunks.
Right. And they were trying to get a winner because
I think that's what I think.
The behind the head all the way back down.
Yeah.
Dominique, like that was Dominique Supreme.
Dominique.
That's a 50. But they couldn't give him a 50.
I'm thinking that
because
somebody
they
was
wanted
in the headphones like, hey, we gotta, hey, the sponsors
We
on the
have
page.
some more Not giving no free advertising.
Yeah, we gotta end this. So, and I think that's probably what played into some of the. Somebody was like, hey, somebody got to give a 9 because we can't. Everybody can't give him. I mean, you saw in the first round, Magic was out there giving 6s. Like, damn, Magic, you harsh.
Right.
Well, here's my other problem. Here's my main issue with the dunk contest. Ain't none of y'all but T-Mac was even involved in a dunk contest at all.
The Kembe one that won.
But you guys,
That don't mean you can't judge it.
That's what I'm saying. You a basketball lover. I can see you judging the contest.
Yeah.
You still know what skill.
Magic
is.
still know more basketball than.
Like somebody that's actually done the slam and maybe won the slam dunk contest should be maybe judging the slam dunk.
That ain't what I want.
Okay, hold on. If you say that, then you're gonna. Who you gonna have as the dunk contest judge? Dominique has done it, but you know you're not gonna keep bringing Dominique back. Mike ain't doing it.
Sean Kemp. Vince Carter.
Okay, Vince Carter
retired.
I'm
in
saying,
Seattle.
but some of the players who won the dunk contest, you're
Call
not
Harold back. Y'all put his name out there every day.
Remember, it's All-Star Weekend. So
Yeah,
it
you're not
still
bringing
has the
Harold
star
Miner.
effect.
Yeah, you're not bringing Harold Miner
You
on
want
the
to
damn
see McGrady over
panel.
there judging.
Where Kenny Walker
wanna
at?
see,
You not.
Where Larry
you want
Johnson
to
at?
see Shaq.
Exactly.
No,
That's
you
your
wanna
point.
See Shaq.
They're not.
That's the
They're not
point.
in that
I see
pantheon.
Shaq every week.
Not
You're missing
every,
the point.
but we see all the stars every week. You
Yeah.
want to see
I
them
don't
that
see
weekend.
George Gervin every week, but y'all brought him up and he just finger rolled. Everybody know this. This the Iceman from San Antonio to Detroit.
Hey,
Everybody see
it
this
worked.
man.
I don't think anything wrong with the judges. I think it's more what Sherrod said. It's the point system. You got to figure something else out. Maybe you got to move the dunk up and the 3-point behind it so that you can let the fans vote and get a fan total.
Don't get fans no more.
No, hell no.
We could be a total of just a team.
Hell no.
They keep
mean,
they keep messing up the regular
they put in the
All-Stars
All-Star
every year.
game.
Zaza Pachulia was gonna be the starting power. Scalper Sports Report. We're about to shut it down. No, do a big deal with my man Roy Jones, who continuously keeps getting knocked out for all old age reasons.
Where is his family?
Where his friends?
Jeez.
Stop fighting. But at the end of the day, we want to thank y'all. All-Star night. I'm going to watch it. I don't know what nobody else going to do, but I watch every All-Star weekend faithfully. So I'll be watching it tonight. I'm always rooting for the East. Scalper Sports Report. Follow us on Facebook.
Go West.
Go West? Who got to go West? Who going with the West? You going with the West? Who going with the West? Anybody going with the West?
I don't really care.
I don't even care.
I watch. I just
Because
don't care.
everybody just out there getting laid and getting paid. It's not even
And
a
it's
game.
the
Like
Kobe
they're just
farewell,
going from
so
one end
that's
to
all it is.
one
Right.
end
I
to
do
the
want
other.
to see Kobe win MVP though.
That would be sweet.
They'll just give it to him. He
Because
ain't gotta get on the
Jordan was on the brink of that. Remember that one year, Jordan, but then like the young guys took over. But we're gonna watch the game tonight. Thank you for watching the show. We're gonna have the show posted this week. And athletes with bad songs. What can you say?
Okay, we pulled that off.
Yeah, we did.
We had
We're OSMG.
Do
Thank
It
you,
Big Then
Natasha.
was a good song.
It actually still is. And thank you. And I'm gonna play Must Be the Money on my way home. Scalpers, we out.
Scalpers.
We didn't even.
Shots of Patron and got me loose. Now we buying out the bar. We pouring up them drinks. Trying to stop this madness. Some slithers, but so I can't see. This is how we do it, my nigga down in the south. Can't stand a fucking hater. Now go on and stomp them out. Cause see, we do it real big. Bitch, I'm a dog. Rolling with my nigga Magic. We bout the ball in the club, shaking hoes. Straight up out the door. I'm swerving in my Chevy. About to let these niggas know.
That Roy gon' ball. Cause Roy got bread. Roy ain't gotta smoke or drink, he gets head. Roy keep at least 6 women up in the bed. Roy do it big, cause Roy got it made. Body, I smoke, I drink. I supposed to stop, but I can't. I'm a dog, I love hoes, and I'm addicted to money, cars and clubs. Do it big then. Yeah. Do it big, nigga. Yeah. Do it big, nigga. Yeah. Do it big, nigga.
Oh, what you thought we was going somewhere?
Psych. I smoke, I drink. I supposed to stop, but I can't. I'm a dog. I love hoes, and I'm addicted to money, cars, and clubs. Do it big, then. Do it big, nigga. Do it big, nigga. Do it big, nigga. Yeah. Body head bangers, volume 1. You heard me?
Streaming from the One-Eyed Joe Studios in Deep Ellum, this is the Midday Show with Rich and Company. Call in now and join the show at 504-65-ON-AIR.
What's up, everybody? We're back here on the Midday Show on DeepEllumOnAir. Or On Air Live now. You can go to the new website, watch On Air Live, and we're back. We're actually, it's weird. We didn't have V yesterday.
Did you miss me?
We missed you. Well, I don't know if we missed you, but at the same time, all the weird perv people in the chat box missed you.
I was in the chat box yesterday, so I was still kind of with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you all the weird pervy people that.
Yeah, Mr. Stranger Danger.
Is that? That's not a real dude. What? That wasn't a real dude. That was.
I was like, that has to be Rich.
It wasn't me. Here's the thing. I'll admit it. I'm weird and I'm perverted and I'm creepy and all that other good stuff. But I'm at least honest about it. Like,
right.
I'm
like, hey, this is me. I hear you, and I respect you for that.
Right. So I don't. But yeah, it was weird, man. Like
Pervs
everybody.
are fine. It's the creepers that are creepy.
See, I might have some creepers today. Randy, you ready for some creepers today?
Ready for the creepers.
Are they? You didn't wear anything.
Well, I was about to take my sweater off. It's cold. You know
it
what?
Is cold.
I ordered arm warmers. Did you know arm warmers were a thing? I didn't even know they
Arm-
were a thing.
like
Like
arm
leg
warmer.
warmers, but for your arm.
Yeah.
Like with a thumb hole.
Do you got to have like 3 or 4 different pairs of socks that you roll up at the end so that they look all
I
different
have to
colors?
wear the
and
compression sleeves when I work.
Yeah.
So I do the occupational therapy thing on the side. So I always have one arm that's kind of warm. But everybody says, when is that arm going to heal? All my old people.
So I totally ordered some
I
arm
could
warmers,
never.
and I was thinking of this place when I got them.
Right? A little space heater by our feet, like the old ladies in the library.
Is it really? I don't feel the cold because I'm fat, so I don't ever feel it. Like,
It's
it
pretty
doesn't
cold.
bother me.
And it's only going to get worse. Because
Yeah.
we know January will be worse.
Is it?
It usually is. That's
Yeah.
how it
Right.
works.
Okay.
It's Texas, so
All
we
right.
ice up
I
in
don't-
January.
This is the one time of year where I'm happy that I don't have to wear a jacket. Like, I can get away. I put on a nice flannel. I'm comfortable. I'm not sweaty.
Well,
in
I usually
parts.
don't bundle up as much as other people because I like to be a little bit cold. But
at night I do. I like it like 61, 62 degrees where I can bundle up with the blankets.
Yes.
But during the day when I'm moving around, oh hell no. I want it about 70 degrees.
Yeah, I'm low 70s. I'm happy. I guess that whatever decreases the significant amount of ball sweat that I'm gonna generate for the day. I think. Yeah. How did that taste?
You don't love the ball sweat?
How did that taste?
Yeasty.
A little salty. A little salty. Yeah, man. We got a great show today, man. We got a lot of crazy stuff that we're going to talk about because this is technically the last show of 2015.
See ya, 2015.
We're doing. Jansen's actually on the road right now, so he's going to be Skyping in later. But we got V back.
He's going out to be a superhero. He's battling evil today.
Is he? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll let you in on it if he lets us.
When he calls in, if he wants to let you in on his heroics, he will.
Yeah. He will be calling in for virals though.
He will. He's going to Skype in, so he's still going to be here, but he's going to go on the road. He's got to take care of some stuff. We got V back. We got Randy, and our good buddy Paul Varghese is actually coming in. He's going to be in a little later on today, about 11:30. He's supposed to be coming in because he's got. I think tonight he's going to be at the Backdoor Comedy Club doing the comedy show there, and they sell out this little comedy club. It's inside the DoubleTree Hotel right here off of 75 and Northwest Highway.
What's it called again?
The Backdoor Comedy Club.
Is that over in Oaklawn?
They hear that.
I love
actually,
the neighborhood. I am not ditching on them. I love them. That's my favorite place to party.
That's the best place to party for Halloween. If you ever go to the Halloween, you've been to the Halloween.
Yeah, you know I have.
And
You've been molested by all kinds of dykes.
You've worn
my Batman little outfit. The last time we were there, there was a lesbian that she was really cute little superhero outfit herself, but she was not in our group. Every time I looked forward, she would grab my cheek, like my ass cheek.
Yeah.
And me and my husband, we were there together. I turned around and she just dropped her hand and like looked to the side, like it wasn't me.
Who was this then?
This is some random lesbian behind us at the Halloween party in the neighborhood. So I take another couple of steps, and again, there was her hand, like cupping the bottom of my cheek.
Like not just grabbing, but actually
like cupping it, like really soft.
So not even just a quick grab, but like a
little soft. Like I don't want to hurt you, my little delicate flower. But
And
then every time I look back, she would drop her hand and then look to the side, like.
Oh wait, every time. I guess
Every time. This happened 4 times. Wow. And finally I turned around. I said, you know what? At least look me in the eye. And she just smiled and then turned around and walked away. And my husband laughed his ass off, of course. You know, if it was the other way, if it was a guy, though, I don't think he would have been so entertained.
Right.
But, I mean, I wasn't insulted. I just thought, like, God, that's rude. Don't look away every time I look at you.
There was a hint of a threesome there. So he was like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, because
your husband was like waiting for it to progress.
Yeah. Was she
Yeah,
cute?
she's really cute and short. I think she was a Latina, but she might have been like white and Latina.
Right.
I don't know, but she was really cute, and she had her little Supergirl outfit on. But I love hanging out there.
Yeah, I get bought a lot of beers when I go. I'm a catch. I've said this before. I'm in the
You're
gay.
a bear.
In
Is that what
the
they
gay
call it?
community,
A
yeah.
bear?
In the gay community, I'm a catch. Like I promise you, like guys.
They're on the bear hunt.
Big Duke.
And then they find out I'm a breeder. They get all upset.
No, they think challenge.
Everybody said that. Everybody's like, because the thing is, one of my best friends is gay, and so I've been around a lot of gay people, and one guy was like, dude, I'm telling you, like any guy's like just a 6-pack away from being gay. I'm like,
I've heard that before, that there's a spectrum
It's completely
of
not true.
homosexuality and heterosexuality, and you're just like a little or a lot.
I've
and I can
been
kind of
completely
understand that.
wasted and
Like I've
still
never
been.
wanted to have sex with a woman, but I've looked at a woman and was like, oh my God, she is hot.
Right.
She
yeah.
is super hot. So I think that there is a spectrum there.
We're going to elaborate on that story when we get back. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, we're going to be talking about obviously all the many lesbian experiences that you've had and the one that Randy's still having. And then we're going to talk about hoverboards when we come back on the Midday Show here on Deep Ellum on Air.
From the One Eye Joe Studios in Deep Ellum, this is On Air Live. For the best in original music and stimulating talk, this is On Air Live. Take a...
Yes, Rich, you'll never be my gay friend.
I'll
We've
never be your gay
established-
friend. I'm sorry. I will always be the dude. I will always be a guy. Like, here's the thing. When I was young, I got friend zoned so bad. Like, we're talking ridiculous friend zone. Like, the worst friend zone you have ever seen in your life. Like, if this was in a movie, you would feel so sad.
Because you didn't know how to work it. When you're in the friend zone, what you're supposed to do is say, hey, bestie, hook me up with your friends.
Yeah,
And-
that would be a way to turn it to your advantage.
Exactly.
My
Lemonade, Rich. Lemonade.
Here's the thing. In high school, I basically got nothing. In college, I had a little more bravado. I tried to reinvent myself, but I still got friend zoned incredibly hard when I was in college. It wasn't until I got out and I moved to Dallas and started doing comedy, and then it hit girls like assholes.
We like funny
And-
assholes.
well,
I
I'm-
wouldn't say just assholes.
I'm funny.
You're a
do
funny
that,
asshole.
But I'm
We
a
like
funny
you.
asshole. And that changed everything because it wasn't even necessarily about being an asshole. But like I learned that you could just literally be blatantly, like you could be blunt
Yes.
about certain things. And for some reason, girls would like dig it. Like they would just
Yeah,
be like,
because,
they're like, "Are you expecting me to blah blah blah?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm just expecting us to go to my car and make out for a little bit." And they'd be like,
That's how, as girls, we
Okay,
know
yeah,
who's
like-
really got our back. We know our best friend is really going to say, hey, you look like a slut like that. And the ones that are not our friend, they'll be like, oh, my God, you look hot. Come on, girl. Like, we know when you're that blunt that you're honest and we can trust you a little bit more.
You know about the friend zone thing. Okay, so I have a friend, and we're just totally friends, and we're comfortable as friends. And Rich thinks that it can't work out that way. That someone's
Even
into
though
more.
what he just said.
Right, but
Hypocrite.
because of what he just said, he wanted to be with those girls, but he was getting friend zoned. And I'm saying no, it's not like that. We're just friends.
right.
Because of all the conversations with Rich about it, now I'm starting to doubt my friendship with this guy, and now I'm like, oh no, like we're not regular friends.
Well, it's kind of just the truth.
Oh, so it's my fault.
I've been friends
No.
with this guy for 10 years and never.
Well,
like,
for 10 years, he's been wanting to fuck you. I just want you to know.
Right, like that's.
So you agree with me? You agree with me?
I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. You can be friends with the opposite sex and,
Rich and
and
I are
sex not
friends. We don't
happen.
wanna fuck each other.
But I promise, Rich has thought about fucking you. He might be thinking about it
In
now.
all fairness, I have that quick sweeping thought with every female. Like that's
We
not
know.
that's not a thing.
We know. That's how men
and here's
are.
the thing. Just, let me clarify, Randy. Just because he wants to have sex with you, okay, or just because he's thought about it, doesn't mean he's not a good friend. And
Right, he
and
still
doesn't
appreciates
mean,
you.
It doesn't mean that you should doubt it. All it means is
He has a little head
is
thinking
that-
every now and then.
Is that
That's all.
you're an attractive girl.
You are.
Okay, you're not a bad looking person. You and him have a friendship, which means there's a connection there.
Yeah.
There's a
We relate, we
commonality. There's y'all have interest,
Uh-huh.
and so you're attractive, and you have the same interest as him. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't want to be your friend. That doesn't mean he doesn't care about you. But when you have both of those qualities, there's been a thought in his head where he'd be like, I wonder what she's like on her back. Like he's just had that quick.
And no,
like,
that's my
and
point.
that's-
Is that that never bothered me before because I didn't think about that.
And you start thinking about all the things
But
you share with
Rich
him
brings it
intimately
up.
with your guy relationships.
No,
though, so he kind
not
of
really,
knows
don't really.
how you get down.
Now, is he ever tried anything? Honestly,
No.
And he's
No.
never. Well, then you don't.
But
you
the reason I started
He's a
thinking about
gentleman.
because after Rich says something about it, then like we go to hang out and he's like dressed up and like I noticed he was wearing cologne and he's not really talking to other girls and then. Of course, nothing happens because we're friends. And then, like, the next time we go out, then he's just, like, dressed in normal clothes. He's just like, what the fuck? So it's almost like he was trying, like, he had something planned that time. And, of course, nothing happened. So.
Are you with someone now?
Yes.
Oh, then I was going to say tonight we
He
can
knows
find
him.
out.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like,
That's how I know this friend.
It's through the guy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's not a bad thing, and it's not that he doesn't respect you or anything because he's never tried anything. So obviously
Maybe he's after your guy.
Maybe he's after. Yeah.
Well, here.
It could happen.
He's very, and he's
I doubt it.
And like
Rich thought he was gay, but
know
I
what?
really did.
Rich didn't think he
I
was
would
gay.
befriend the guy if I was after the girl. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, yeah, we're best friends. You can trust me.
Well, first of all, no
Wouldn't you?
guy would ever do it like that. The way you just did it with the eyebrows, like it was so obvious. She's like, no, I'm, and like her eyebrows
You
are
can
moving up and
trust
down.
me.
Why don't you just have a little paper thin mustache that you twirl and you're like, you can
I
trust
totally
me.
would. I would twirl it
I'm
and
not gonna
wax
steal
it.
your woman. Like, you could have just done that. You could have just been stroking a hairless cat, going, "Yes, I promise, I will just be a friend." Like that. You couldn't have been any more of a villain at that point. But yeah, I just saying it's something, you know.
Okay, I have. They're no longer my family, but everybody that knows me is gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. But anyway, there were a couple, and they even had children together. And to spice up their relationship, he brought a girl home from work. And they hit
Did
it
he-
off really, really well.
Was
Guess
this
what?
discussed beforehand, or was it a
Yes.
surprise?
No,
Okay.
they discussed it. Everybody was on board with it. All
Okay.
three of them wanted to do this.
Fun.
Well, after it was done, they all enjoyed themselves, and the girls were like, "Let's do it again." And the guy was like, "Hell yeah, jackpot!" 3 months later, he's no longer in the picture, and now they are legally married.
The two girls.
The two girls. So I'm just saying.
I hear that happens a lot though with a third party.
Had a
in
way
a
to not take
relationship.
care of your field, buddy. That was-
Right? How
uh,
embarrassing for him.
So she left him for.
I think that this other woman,
and I think it
would
hurts worse
play
that-
him. I think that was her.
That was the goal?
Yeah, I mean, she really liked this other.
And it's
taken
worse that it was somebody that he brought home. If
Yeah.
it was like discussed between the two of them, and then she brought another woman home,
Right.
then
He
would be
handpicked
like,
her
"Oh,
because
that
she's
meant
all
that."
pretty, and
But he
you know what I
picked
mean?
her.
Yeah, exactly. It was somebody that he wanted to. So
Right.
ouch. That's what you get, fucker.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about anything?
We
that
were going to talk
actually
about.
decided to
We were
today?
going to talk about hoverboard. Actually, yeah, that would be the perfect gift for the girl that left you for another woman is a hoverboard. We got a little. If you see the Mike Tyson.
Let me pull this up. This is hilarious. Okay. Oh, hang
That's
on.
Mike
This
Tyson?
isn't the full loop. Let me find the full thing.
We're talking because they did a thing where Mike Tyson fell off the hoverboard and busted his ass. There's a picture of
like,
a girl.
"Howie."
There's a picture
Oh,
of
it's
a.
hilarious.
Okay, here we go. Is this
Okay.
it?
Yes.
All right.
Let me go to the beginning. Oh, they put music to it. Excellent.
I'm never falling again.
Oh.
It's
There's
really
another
quick,
one.
but it's hilarious.
There's another one that you said they put the Mike
Yeah.
Tyson punch out guys.
Yeah, so it's the same video, but they put the little guys.
The
awesome.
yeah. They the people that are still that are still there was a girl that put a thing on Facebook, and she had to have like 27 staples in her head.
Golly.
27 staples and 9 stitches.
Here's a
Or,
a bunch of them because I know we like to watch these.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
I don't. People are still buying these. Like people are
I'm
still.
gonna buy one. I'm gonna get 37 staples on the back of my head for I never have to work again.
That's all you
Make
want to
sure
do.
that I have my AFLAC up to date for I can get paid while I'm healing.
Right.
And
you're
then
gonna
by the
bust your
time
ass
that ends, that maybe the settlement from the hoverboard people.
Yeah. Did you see the one of the?
Oh my gosh.
Did you see the one about the preacher?
Yes.
Like the priest, like he's a I guess a Baptist minister or something.
Check out those bird legs.
He came down the aisle on one of those, like doing the
No, it was
singing
a Catholic. That's why he was asked to like suspend it or
Was
whatever
he?
their word for it. Yeah, it was a Catholic because Baptists wouldn't have cared. Baptists would have thought, cool way to interest people in the church.
That he wrote in on it, and
Yeah.
then like there was a girl doing a. I
Oh
don't.
my gosh, she's already unbalanced.
There's
Look.
another one of there's another one of this black lady at church who's like, you know, when they do like the dancing while they're singing, they do like
Right.
the praise dancing or
The
whatever.
Spirit is with
But
me.
she did it on a hoverboard. She's just going around in circles on the, and I'm like, here's what I don't understand. When you go to church, it's supposed to be like you're supposed to get your Jesus on, right?
Yes.
Like you're trying to get spiritual, you're trying to get into the Holy Spirit. Like, how can you get into the Holy Spirit when you're too lazy to even walk? Like,
No joke.
is that WWJD? Like, he would just come in on a hoverboard and like bust a couple of donuts, and then like, could you imagine like Jesus like during the crucifixion, like he's holding onto the cross, but he's just on a hoverboard, like riding along. It wouldn't have worked.
He
I
was
don't
a
think.
carpenter. He busted his ass. I
He's
mean,
on a
come
hoverboard.
Yeah.
Like the base of the crucifix is
It's
on another
he's
hoverboard, so
just-
they're
he's
just
just-
rolling.
he's just rolling it along.
Just taking it easy, slacking it up. No way. No
Like,
way.
I think God would have
Does
been
a little loop.
Yeah, I think God would have been up in heaven. Like, I wouldn't really call this a sacrifice because you're not really working for it.
There'd be like an immediate lightning bolt. Boom.
Right. Or it would explode.
Maybe that's
then,
why it's doing
Maybe
that.
that's why they're exploding
Right?
now.
God is like, hey, fatty, walk.
Yeah. I will literally explode the hoverboard out from underneath you. If
When
you
you're
can,
that overshaped, out of, unproportional, like we're seeing
Full
these
body?
people.
you need to
Yes.
not look at me.
Fluffy.
When you look, you need to not look at me when you say that either. 'cause-
Overwhelming with love and joy.
What you're saying is Rich could buy his kids a hoverboard, but
Yes.
he should stay off of it.
Yes, I'm saying because not only are you missing muscle tone, but when you're decreased muscle tone, your instability is going to be greater. You have to be strong to have good balance.
I have
And
great
so you
balance.
see these big
She's an
fatties and
expert.
chicken legs on these hoverboards, and they're like, I don't know how I fell. There's a reason.
Because you're disproportionate.
Yes. They're
See, I'm
very
like a gazelle. Like yesterday I was on a roof. Like I gotta go. I just got a thing. I gotta go today, and I gotta go check it. Like I will jump up on a roof and run around. I'm not gonna bust my.
You
ass on
don't
a-
run.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
I don't run because. But I was up doing repairs on a school in Rockwall on Tuesday. We were out there doing repairs from the storm.
Do
Like,
the
I was-
people ever get nervous? Like,
when they see somebody as big as
yes,
me?
they're like, exactly how much do you weigh?
Well, some of the
And I don't
roofing
know if
crews-
it is supporting beams.
Because I'll admit I'm a big guy, but I mean I've been
You're
up
over
on
6
the
feet
roof.
tall too. I
6
mean,
foot,
you're
I'm
a
6'4".
huge guy.
Thank you.
When's the last time you heard that? You're so huge.
I'm gonna adjust myself real quick while we keep on with that. But they no, in fact, the girls it was at a daycare, and so some of the girls came out with the kids while we're up there doing the repairs, and one of them turned around. She's like, "Oh my god! Like, there's just a big guy on the roof."
There's
like,
a big Mexican on this roof.
Yeah. No, I've always had good balance. So I'm a good dancer. I've played sports in high school. I've always had good balance.
What kind of dance?
I can do anything. I can do salsa. I can do bachata. I can even waltz.
Can
Not
you
even
do
making
that
it
pop
up.
and snap stuff?
I mean,
my
I
daughter
can.
loves that. Let me
No,
see.
yeah,
Let
I'm
us
not
see.
gonna do
Just
no,
do a
do it
little.
right now.
Just
I'm
do
not
something
doing
with
it.
your arm.
Can you dance?
I can shake my
Can
ass.
you-
I can shimmy. That's
Pole-
all. That's all girls got to do
pole,
is learn how to bounce.
Is that all you did? You just shook them?
That's all you have to
That's
do.
not dancing.
That is too.
Because then, if that's dancing, I'm literally pointing at them while I say, if that's dancing, then Randy can't dance.
I can't
that's
dance.
You're not a dancer.
white.
I
All
know
right.
I can't dance.
I think we got to take a break. When we
Yeah.
come back, I got to check and see. Like I said, Paul Varghese is supposed to be coming into the studio, chilling out with us. So we're gonna take. Is that like for your friend? Is that the song that you're playing?
I love that song.
It's actually a song called Your Woman. It ties back to earlier in
Right,
the
but
segment.
but it says I could never be your woman. Are the lyrics? So I was
Isn't
like,
it a guy singing it too? Like,
but I was saying, I didn't know if that was for your gay friend or not. That was I could never be your woman. Never mind.
No.
All right, we'll get back here on the midday show on DeepEllumOnAir. And we're back on the midday show here on
you
Deep
said
Ellum.
and.
I did.
I need a pile of rubber bands to just snap you with a rubber band every time, like a cat, because I can't use a water gun.
Snap you. Get a water gun, but fill it with vodka. Ooh, that'd be.
Not in the studio.
I'd be like, and.
I'm gonna get one of those rubber band guns. Googling it right
Get
now.
one of the little Rosie O'Donnell, the little Kush guns, the little.
Kitty patootie.
I'm a
Oh, she gets on my
lesbian.
nerves.
I'm a big lesbian. You know what? She can get on your nerves, but when she was actually doing stand-up comedy, she was fucking hilarious.
She was funny until she got all serious. When she got all serious and butthurt about every fucking thing, like the little shit with her and Donald Trump, that gets on my nerves. Be funny. Stick to what you know.
Okay, and have you ever seen the movie Beautiful Girls?
Yes.
Is that not a great movie?
Yes.
Randy, you've seen.
I've
the
never
movie.
seen
You've
it.
never seen Beautiful Girls with the dude. Who's the guy? He was on that TV show on USA for a while. And then I know Michael Rappaport is in it, and a bunch of other people. Anyways, she that whole speech when she's like, God is not an asshole. Okay, he's fair. When he gave a girl he gave the girls with cute little tiny little asses little bitty boobs, and the girls with beautiful big boobs have big asses. Like he's like, that's just the way the world works. He's not a greedy God. Like when she does that whole speech, it's hilarious. But her stand-up comedy too was amazing. Like she was fucking hilarious. And then right after the show, and I think it does that for everybody, because Ellen DeGeneres, her hour stand-up special on HBO, one of the funniest things you'll ever see in your life. When she's talking about the pickle juice, when people were like, people always say that, oh, that's the worst thing. Like, oh, did you get a paper cut? Oh, that's the worst thing. Really? Have you ever had pickle juice in your eye? Like that's like that whole thing, hilarious.
Because she never got too into the politics and decided she's going to be the voice of the lesbians everywhere.
But when you watch the Ellen DeGeneres show now, she's just turned everything so much. I mean, she was pretty much a clean comic anyways, but she was still a little more. She was a little more risque than she is now. But now that with the show, it's just so towards the average soccer mom, midday, whatever. It's just not. I can't watch it. It's not funny anymore. And it's just, hey, whatever cute kid did a cute thing.
It's just too fucking sweet. It's just too G-rated. It's too sweet. It's too wholesome for me.
I want all my female comics back.
Isn't that funny? The gay lesbian talk show host is too boring. It's too wholesome.
Let's give Sarah Silverman her own midday show.
I love her. She is
but
hilarious.
let's let her talk like she would normally talk, like about
Dallas would love her.
Penises.
Dallas is all about the Jews.
Yeah.
They are pro-Jew.
they're pro-Jew. All right.
Well, they kind of own Dallas, so yeah.
Do they?
A large part of Dallas.
I thought the Greek mafia still owned a big section of Dallas. Yeah. The two old weird Greek guys.
Although Jewish people are laughing at you counting their money right now.
At least they got money to count. All right. The next thing we're actually going to talk about. This was kind of a weird story that Randy brought up to me. They did a study about what affects people whenever they go out and they actually go out to eat. Like you like to go out to eat, right?
I love to go out to eat. I love to eat. I don't like to cook, but I will eat. It's like nobody's business.
Yeah. Like, and when you go out, do you like to do like the whole thing? Do you like the appetizers, the meal, the dessert?
Well, it depends if I'm drinking, because I lose my appetite if I have one drink. I'm a lightweight too, so it only takes one drink. So
really?
And you know what? I sort of balance that out because I'm such a penny pincher and I hate to spend money, and so I will either drink or get dessert. Like I won't really let myself do all of it. I'll do one or the other.
You said you were a lightweight?
I am. I used to not be, because I've been to college twice. Once for criminal justice, once for occupational therapy. And I used to go through a fifth a night.
Yeah, like I could just see you with just like a half-empty wine bottle, and you're just drinking straight from the bottle.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Jägermeister funded one of my tattoos. I mean, I used to really be into that. But as I got older, I have more responsibilities. I had less time to go and fuck off, and more time to worry. So, my tolerance is low, which I love. Because before it would take me $100 to have a good time, and now $5, that's all I need.
All right. Well, they did there was a study published online in the scientific journal Environment and Behavior. A team of research assistants visited 60 restaurants where they observed a total of 497 interactions between diners and servers. And while visiting the restaurants, they realized
Hey, we have company.
We got Paul. We got
Come
Paul
on in.
Varghese coming in.
Can you
What's
sit
up?
in the corner?
You gotta be over
Get
here.
in the
You
corner.
might want to go that way because
Everybody puts Paul in the corner.
He just farted over there.
Trying to squeeze around me is impossible. V is a lot skinnier. Yeah. By the way, V, this is Paul. Paul, this is V.
Hey, Paul, nice to meet you.
This is our new co-host. This is our tatted up rockabilly crazy chick that she's the new permanent co-host of the midday show.
The
now
right
we're getting
V.
everything. The right V, yeah. She's kind of dirty, so you gotta move this way a little bit. Sorry though, I know
He
you
wants
wanna,
to be able to touch you.
I know. No, I don't want to be able to touch you, but I think it's an issue of the camera. Do you got him on the camera now, or can you? No,
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
have
trying
him
to
on the
work on
camera. We gotta check that out real quick. All right, we're gonna get to Paul real
You
quick.
guys
Let's
can
see.
go ahead and talk.
But what about the servers? What were you saying about
Okay,
the servers?
we were talking about a study that they did, Paul, that they published in Environment and Behavior magazine, which is evidently a scientific magazine, and they basically did a study of like they had a bunch of scientists observe people while they were in restaurants eating, and a total of 497 interactions, and what they finally came up with is the BMI of the actual waiter, meaning their body mass index of the server, actually affects how much the people eat that are ordering the food.
Okay. So they feel self-conscious?
Right, which is, I don't, is his mic on?
I think it's
Is the mic-
bullshit.
There we go.
I think fat
No, no.
people are just more jolly. And
It's-
if they're nice and they're served me well, I'm going to eat more and I'm going to leave a bigger tip. Those skinny, snobby ones with a chronic
headphones
bitch
plugged in?
face is the reason why I want to get the hell out of that restaurant. It's
Yeah.
just because fat people are more jolly.
No, it's actually the other way around. They found out the bigger your waiter is, the more likely you are to eat more and order dessert.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you have a skinny waiter and you're ordering food from them all the time, evidently there's like a subconscious thing there that makes you want to order less. But if you have a big fat
Bitch
waiter,
face. That was the subconscious
you want to
element.
see the dessert menu. If you have a big fat, so if I was your waiter, you'd want to see the dessert. If it was Randy, you'd be like, I'll get a salad. But if it's me, you're like, fuck it, we're ordering one of everything for everybody.
Man, that's why I couldn't get my sales up when I was working as a waitress.
Yeah.
Were you nice to them, or did you get an attitude?
That
be
you were-
honest.
I was
be
a good
honest.
waitress.
That you were
good.
working.
I
at-
did make a lot.
That you were working at Hooters.
But you made a lot of money.
Can't work at
Exactly.
Hooters.
And that kind of goes with my theory. If you're nice and you're sweet and you're genuine, people are going to eat more because they're going to be having fun. They want to stay longer. They're enjoying themselves. But if you get a little cute, stick waitress comes up with bitch face and is texting to her friends and not really giving you the attention you need, you want to get the hell out of there and find somewhere that you are going to enjoy yourself at.
Wow.
So I think those scientists just wasted a lot of fucking money. They could have just asked me.
They think the fat people are nicer.
Yeah.
So that's why they
Santa,
sell more.
hello.
right.
Exhibit 1, Santa Claus.
It says diners were 4 times more likely to order dessert and ordered 17.65% more alcoholic drinks when their server had a BMI that was over 25. A BMI greater than 25 is considered overweight by most health experts. So if you're chubby, you can make a lot of money on tips.
There's not a lot of chubby wait staff though.
Yeah, because you gotta like walk in between
but yeah.
people.
Right.
Yeah, you're just like if I was
Must
a
be
waiter.
a smaller restaurant, maybe.
I don't know. I just realized we're kind of ignoring Paul when
No,
he
no,
sat
no,
down
no,
and
I
now
have
we're
nothing
just
to
like.
say. I have nothing to say.
You have nothing to
Just show us your tits.
How do you
then,
feel about
About what?
How do you feel?
Showing
Like if you
tits?
had a
About
big
showing us your tits?
if you had a big fat waiter, would you be more likely to?
I don't think it doesn't. Well, I always feel self-conscious with who I'm eating with. Like, if I order if they order something healthy, I feel like I should order something healthy. If that makes any sense.
It
That's
shames
a bitch
you.
move, Paul. That's a bitch move. That's what girls
I
do.
do it all the time, and then so I let them order first, if it's a guy or a girl, whatever. That's
You don't
what
have very
affects-
good friends.
That's
You know
what affects me.
Me and my friends were like, what are you going to order? Because I want this and that.
Okay.
But I can order only one thing because that's what my pocketbook states.
Wow, that's-
So they order the other thing that I want,
Okay.
and
And
they
you
make
guys-
sure I order something they want, and then we halvesy it. But we can get a little of everything.
If me and Paul ever go out to eat, the one thing we're not doing is going, okay, what are you going to order? Because I think I want to order.
Because
That's
Paul will
never
be
gonna
afraid
happen.
you're going to eat it all.
No, but that's you know what I'm saying. Me and Paul go way back. Like we've gone out to
he
eat.
knows
Like,
you're
and-
gonna eat it all.
No, but we're guys. Like we're fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, what do you? Because I wanted to know. We're just gonna be like, I'm fucking. This is what I'm getting. That's it.
Okay, so you guys went out to lunch, and Big boy Rich orders a little bitch salad. Are you gonna
Why?
order?
Why?
salad?
Why did you get all? Why
No,
did you
so I
get all
just wanna-
angry all of a sudden? Everything's a bitch salad and
No,
Wait.
like the olive and the piece of celery. That's what you ordered. What are you gonna order?
The story doesn't make sense right off the bat. When have I ever ordered a salad?
I'm saying
it's
if you did.
ridiculous. All right, I'm
when they
looking for
give you the
meat.
beaties.
Even when they give me the beaties, I'm gonna be like, fuck it.
Me too. I'll be there with you.
I'm gonna
cut
ask
off
the
my
waiter,
toes. I don't care.
I'm gonna ask the waiter, is your chicken fettuccine Alfredo worth my right foot? Because
I always ask, is it have with real cream? Because I don't want that skim milk shit.
if I eat it, they're probably gonna have to cut one of my toes off. Is it worth it? Because if it is, fuck it, let's do it.
But you're very thin. Like,
Yeah,
just your stature wants me to ask if you're a vegan.
No,
You
not
eat
vegan.
beef?
Yeah. So
And
that's
you're
what I'm
that
saying. That's
thin.
and that's why I feel self-conscious. No, I'm not
Okay.
bulimic either. That's why I feel self-conscious about it. Because like, if let's say if I'm on a date and the girl orders a salad and I order like cheese sticks, she's gonna give me shit because of course you can eat cheese sticks because everything
can
burns
be-
off you.
Right.
So I always order depending on what the other person orders.
Really?
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sweet. Then when it's over, I go and eat my own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking because then you're miserable the whole time
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
eating.
totally.
But they never get to know you. Like, you really get to know me when I'm eating because I'm like right here and I'm getting off your plate. I mean, you're going to know. I'm a very open and honest person.
It's a good way to get a fork in your hand.
Yeah,
You
Joey
reach over
doesn't
my
share
plate.
I'm not going to do it off your plate. I know.
Look,
Be coming back
you
a
should
nub.
you should have known how hungry you were. Goddamn it! Order your own food. Don't be coming over here grabbing mine. All right.
Yeah.
No. Me and Rachel, like we do it just because we've been together for 9 years. Like now we're just like, let me have a piece of your chicken. Like we don't care anymore. But you know,
show your true self.
Is that? Yeah, I guess.
I love that when you can be that open that you can take something off somebody's plate and eat.
Like you know what always feels weird is when you go like I think later on today I'm gonna take the boys. I'm gonna take them down here to Glazed.
Okay.
And but it always feels weird. I love it. It always feels weird when you like if you ever go to like Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts and I'm ordering donuts from a skinny person. I don't know why that always feels weird. Like if it's like a big girl.
You don't believe in your product, do you?
That is the thing about sprinkles. Like all those gourmet cupcake places, the girls are really tiny.
Is that and so
All
you
of
feel weird. You're like because now I'm looking at you and you're skinny and you can see your feet and I'm like I want the donut with the bacon on it. Like that's what I want. Like it's I don't know. It feels weird. I want a big fat guy. Like you fucking. Like,
that's right. You know their shit's good.
like I want to walk in there, and I don't want to tell him what I want. I want to tell him what I'm looking like. Like I want something. I want something fruity, but with like he should be like a sommelier. Like I should be like I want like something. Like not too sugary.
Like he's picking out a wine.
But like
you wouldn't get mad if he
Fat boy
stereotyped you and gave you a
fantasy.
bacon donut.
Yeah. Like
if he just gave you a bacon donut, you wouldn't be offended.
A
little bit. Part of you.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
But you'd be
Is
okay
it
because you had a bacon
high-quality
donut.
bacon?
Yeah, but at the end you still had a bacon donut, right?
If it's that turkey bacon, I'd be offended.
That'd be that. I had a weird thought in my head, like when he's like, here's a donut, but the bacon is fake. Like, and then you're like, what are you
Chunk
trying to
that
say?
donut at home.
Like, what are you trying to say?
You say my
Like-
ass is big.
No, I meant the fake. Never mind. Like you'd be like, here's the donut that's not real, but it looks really nice. Never mind. That was a bad joke. You got it, V. Shut up. You know what I was talking about, ass.
Baited you.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more to Paul Varghese because you got some shows coming up.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be rocking it tonight like you always do. We're going to let everybody know about that. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk to Paul here on the Midday Show on Air Live now.
Excuse me, girl. I know it's a bit embarrassing, but I just noticed some tan lines on your shirt.
See, I reckon you're about an 8 or a 9. Maybe even 9.5 in 4 beers' time. That blue top short top you've got on is nice. Bit too much fake tan though, but yeah, you score high. But there's just one little thing that's really annoying me about you, you see. Yeah, like I said, you are really fit. But my gosh, don't you just know it?
I'm not trying to pull you, even though I would like to. I think you are really fit. You're fit, but my gosh, don't you know it?
So when I looked at you standing there with your hoard, I was waiting in the queue looking at the board, wondering whether to have a burger or chips or what the shrapnel in my back pocket could afford. When I notice out the corner of my eye, looking toward my direction, your eyes locked on my course. I couldn't concentrate on what I wanted to order, which lost me my place in the queue I waited for. Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull you, even though I would like to. I think you are really fit. You're fit, but my gosh, don't you know it?
Whoa.
Leave it out.
Are you smoking crack or
Mike,
something?
just leave it, just leave
We
it.
cannot have that behaviour in this establishment.
It's not worth it, Mike. Just leave
Don't
it.
touch me.
It's not worth
Don't
it.
touch me.
Leave it out.
Don't look. I'm alright. Don't touch me. For a while there, I was thinking, yeah, but what if? Picturing myself pulling with bare white hot wit, snaring you as you were standing there opposite. Whether or not you knew it, I swear you didn't tick. And when that bloke in the white behind us lot queuing was clocking onto you too, yeah, I had to admit that yeah, you are fit and yeah, I do want it, but I stopped sharking a minute to get chips and drinks.
I'm not trying to pull you, even though I would like to. I think you are really fit. You're fit, but my gosh, don't you know?
I bashed my head hard earlier due to the brew, but I am digressing slightly, so I'll continue.
Is that?
Turn off your porn, Rich.
What were we listening to? What was this? What's the song?
You know how I like to be punny? It's called Fit But You Know It. Because of our discussion.
Ah,
there,
I
maybe.
get it.
I thought it was clever, Randy.
Okay.
I try to be punny.
All right, well, we're back here on the midday show, and we got our good buddy Paul Varghese sitting in studio with us.
Yo.
And we're talking about we were talking about it's New Year's Eve, and we're talking about what everybody we didn't even you weren't here yesterday, V. We didn't get a chance.
I
to
was
ask
in the
you.
chat room.
But
I
you
was
didn't-
having lots of fun in there. I don't know if you even read any of
Yeah,
it.
we got it. All the guys wanted to see you naked.
It wasn't just guys in there.
Like a lot of weird pervy dudes. Just
I don't know if there was one. It was
They
either
still hang out in chat
Susan's
rooms?
ass
Yeah, they still
or
hang out.
Susan Sass.
Something. I don't know. I bet I could scroll up and look at it.
I was wondering if she was going by Susan Sass or Susan's ass.
Susan's ass.
I didn't
way.
know, like the way she spelt it.
She's probably going by Mike. That's
Mike,
probably
it's
who it
really
is.
Steve.
Probably a guy named Mike.
It's really, yeah, he's just
So
living
Susan,
out
if you're
some.
listening, tell us if you're sassy or assy.
All right. But we're talking about like what was going on for New Year's, and Paul, what are you doing? What are you doing tonight?
I'm doing a show at the Backdoor Comedy Club tonight too, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. I'm
You're
it
doing
for,
Can I get a free ticket?
Of course, if you want to.
I'm serious. I've never been there, and I would
Okay.
love to go.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's cool. All the rookie drunks come out.
I am a rookie drunk.
Everybody's.
You're
all
not a rookie. You've had
You're a veteran drunk.
you've had some crazy
virgin-ish.
shit. You've had some crazy shit go on before.
He has
You're
no
not.
idea what he's talking about. Don't listen to him, Paul.
We can look at you. We can look at you and tell.
What are you guys doing for New Year's?
Well, real quick, just so everybody knows,
We're
gonna
going
be,
in the back door.
You're going to be headlining. You're going to be headlining the show at the back door.
Backdoor Comedy Club, 214-328-4444. It's 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and it's at the DoubleTree Hotel, so you can crash there if you get to.
What
Yeah.
streets are those?
75 and Northwest Highway.
75 and Caruth Haven.
Oh, Caruth Haven,
In
yeah.
Caruth Haven.
Well, it's technically in between Caruth Haven and Northwest Highway, but yeah.
So if you go to just dial 214-328-4444. If you still dial, do people still dial? I don't know.
I don't know.
Push those.
Just say it.
backdoorcomedy.com.
Just say
Yeah,
it.
do
into
that
your-
if you want to.
Say it into your phone.
Or if
do
you
the-
don't want to.
Yeah.
Try to get Siri to dial the number for you, but she's a bitch. So.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then so I'll be there 8 and 10, and then that'll be it. And then Saturday I'm headlining House of Blues. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
You're gonna be at the House of Blues. That's always a fun. Randy, you were at the last.
Yeah, it was
'cause
a ton
I
of
was
fun.
at the last
They have
House of
good
Blues.
food there, too.
I was at the last House of Blues show with Paul, and so you were there, and you got to see us.
I might go again.
You've
this
never seen me
Saturday.
do stand up. I do.
I've never seen you do stand up.
I
was wondering, did you guys do stand up together, or were you just his fluffer?
We have.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
Here's the way me and Paul
smiled.
met.
That means
When I
you're a
first started doing comedy, Paul was already like 4 years into it.
Yeah, oh, godly, yes.
Like
4
4 or
years in.
5 years into it, and I was the newbie. And comedy is a lot like football. Like when you try out for varsity football, when you're the freshman, everybody shits on
sucks,
you.
I
Like
remember.
everybody picks on you. It was, I went through so much shit. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, but it was weird. And then there was one night we were all at this open mic hanging out, and then Paul was like, "Dude, you want to go get some sushi?" It was like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
Is that
Because
a
he meant I'm
pickup
hungry.
line?
It wasn't a weird thing like that. But he was just like,
Well, I just
It wasn't-
never
it-
heard two straight guys. Hey.
I know.
Paul, you wanna go get
He's
some
probably the
sushi?
only dude I've ever had sushi with. I will
it
admit
good
that.
sushi?
we went to that little Shushimiyama place off of
Forest.
Yeah,
on the
we went
black
all
side
in
of
there.
Forest. Yeah.
I
We went
love
over there
sushi.
and we had, and then after that we kicked it. We were cool. We've been chilling.
You
What a great
bonded
story.
over
That was a great
sushi.
story.
Wah, yeah. But no,
What's your love story?
But Randy was, and then you have some good guys though. They're gonna be there second. You've got
on House of Blues. I'll have Ross is going up. Ross Day is going up. I don't know. Jason James is going up. Raj Sharma will be in town. He's going up. So be fun.
Yeah, Jay sat in here. He's coming in
met
before
Jay.
too.
Yeah, he's
Jay's
funny,
awesome.
too.
He's another great comic.
Yeah, I might go.
He's gonna be there. Yeah, you need to tell Paul to hook you up. You can.
Paul, I've hung out like after parties with like musicians and tattoo artists, magazine people.
Is that what the
never-
groupies? Is that what the groupies are calling it? Hanging out.
Hanging out.
I don't know what the hell the hipsters call it. You know, I'm 40. I'm past all that. But do comedians have after-hour parties?
I don't know if there's after hours. It's
I
whatever's
think they
legal.
just- whatever. It never really stops. I think.
I think comics might be they're probably bigger drunks than musicians. At least this scene is.
Yeah, we really
You
are.
know, they
We're
lock
huge.
the doors of the club. Everybody gets kicked out, but you know, you guys get to stay and party. I was just wondering if comedians did that.
Yeah, we do that.
I'm
all
actually
the time.
surprised how mellow. I know a lot of the musicians here, and I'm surprised how mellow most of them are afterwards now.
That was going to be my next question. It must be like more funny in the after party because you don't have to worry about like hurting anybody's feelings or pissing off any bar owners, and you can like really let it hang out. And I think that's where y'all are the funniest.
I think because I don't know how it is with bands, but I think for like comics, especially when it's a good show, when it's a bad show, you want to kind of douse your pain. When it's a good show, you kind of want to keep that adrenaline going. You can't decompress, and so that's when stuff starts flowing. But the musicians that I've met, at least here, are pretty mild afterwards. That's what I've noticed. I thought they would be the crazier partiers, but they're really not.
They're really not. Like
I think they're more intimidated by us. 'Cause we've done shows with musicians, and they're surprised how much we used to, take shots and stuff.
It's weird. We really do drink.
No,
a
but you
lot.
guys have the tortured soul thing, so I understand the alcoholism. Like it
I don't
comes,
know.
comedy comes from a dark place normally.
We're pretty fun though when we're drunk. I'll admit it. We're all pretty good until when it'll hit a certain nerve where everybody starts fighting, but then nobody cares. We
The
see each other next
Goldschlager
day.
is the nerve Goldschlager because that's my nerve.
Because
Goldschlager.
you gotta understand, comedians we're some of the most like. I wouldn't say it's like we're narcissistic, but we also have like no self-esteem at the same
it's the
time. Like
same
it's weird. Like we're
Your mask.
very,
It's your mask, right?
So we're really like just and we're petty and and it's weird sometimes. So it's either really awesome or then it's just like it changes and it gets really awkward all of a sudden. Then everybody's just like, shit, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So it's weird. And it's actually cool. We were I wanted to bring this up while Paul was here. You heard about the new allegations, obviously, about Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
That fucker.
The new, and it's an actual, like, he actually got charged and had to go, like, he had to pay $100,000. It was
$1
$1 million
bond.
So
Yeah,
had to
and
pay
he had cash,
$100,000.
$100,000 cash. He within an hour or two. That son of a bitch already had the money waiting because he knew it was a possibility the last 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bill.
Like, the minute they were like, Bill is set at $100,000 or whatever. He's like, you want cash or pudding pops? Because we'll fucking do this. Like, I'm not staying here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool because the way, and we talked about Aaron Arianpour, which Randy was talking about it earlier because Randy loves Aaron. He had this big long thing about how he.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah. All the Bob McFerrin sound effects have a creepy undertone now.
Yeah.
They really do.
Did you see that video? The one where they said it to him tripping
Yeah,
and he
walking. Yeah.
But Aaron had that whole thing about how now it sort of ruined, like it almost ruins the whole legacy for us. Because how do you appreciate his stand up so much, yet
They did it
be
with Michael
pissed?
Jackson. If they wanted to, they could.
But for comics, it's different because you don't understand. Bill Cosby
Fuck him.
is like one. I mean, fuck him, yeah. But from a comedy standpoint, Bill Cosby, would you say like one of the best? Like he was. That was the guy.
I think
he influenced so many people.
You can't. I can separate the artist from the art.
I
You know what
can
mean?
too. That's
'Cause
exactly
I'm sure there's
right.
plenty of dudes that we still idolize or still like now that have
Well,
done
we like their
questionable
art,
things.
not
You
them.
know, I'm not saying
The
I
pisser.
did,
We just talked
but,
about him a couple weeks ago.
But Cosby, I mean, yeah. Plus, like musicians, how can we sit there and like we can't deify Led Zeppelin when you know they've done some stuff? You know, they had
the
to.
mamas and the papas, you
Yeah.
know they just done fucked up shit
Yeah,
to
yeah.
their
Wait,
kids.
So it's like,
Oh, yeah, the guy was banging his daughter. Okay,
Yeah.
that was weird.
Giving her
That was
heroin.
weird.
And I'm still pissed
But
that the
I
fat girl
love
choked to death. I was like,
California Dreamin'. I mean, every time that comes on, I'm like,
How is that the only thing that pisses me off the most about the Mamas and the Papas is that Fat Mama Cass died. I was like, bitch, you had one more album in you. Why did you have to go? Like,
And was she like reincarnated as Adele?
Wow.
See, you can rest easy with that.
She just came back to life as Adele?
Yeah.
That was always my biggest upset. And then I found out about the dad like banging his daughter, and I was like, okay. That's
I did not know about that. This is the
Yeah.
first time hearing about
the
this.
one that did that sitcom.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tall one with the zits. The
The
one that
tall one
had,
with the zits.
drug addict face. Yeah.
He evidently for years, him and his daughter, she had grown up, she had gotten married, and they were still sleeping together on the side.
Yeah, it was started when she was like 9 or 10 or something like that, and even like with other famous musicians like Aerosmith and stuff like that, they were all involved in these big parties.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty freaking creepy.
I can separate his stand-up from him. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
but I think sometimes people think just because you like the artist, that means you're condoning everything he's done.
Hells
Right.
no.
I'm not condoning his allegations or whatever he did, but I know his stand-up.
But Bill Cosby himself is still one of the greatest things you've ever seen.
Comedically, yes, of course. I mean, but everybody, I can separate it because I know plenty of people who are saints who aren't funny comics, who are
But
just.
thank you, Bill, because he's added more material for you guys.
It's a weird thing because nobody really talks about it. None of the comics really make fun of it because it's just because he's also way older too. It's just.
Yeah, I don't even think it's really that it's too new, but it's Bill Cosby. Like, he was such an influence to so many people that we're just like, just fucking let it play out. Just whatever. If he did it, fine. Put him in prison, but
There's a lot of people that protected him over all these years because, I mean, come on. You don't just get Rohypnol anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's been getting it for a while.
Yeah.
He's got the best connections in the biz, I think.
Yeah, like he's been getting it since like the 60s when you
He
couldn't
was
even find
getting
it. Like,
at
it wouldn't
Hugh
even.
Hefner's mansion,
Yeah.
and everybody turned a blind eye. And his wife Camille, she had to have known. She's like,
What-
"You sick bastard! I'm not going to lay there and play dead like you. You have your way. Go get one of them."
What do you think? How do you think Hannibal Buress, the guy who
Right.
brought it up, how do you think he feels?
Like now? Like,
Yeah.
Do you think he feels vindicated or?
No, Hannibal Buress. No,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think he's like, I told you fuckers? Like,
no. I mean,
Or do you think he feels miserable?
it wasn't like he made it up, but people act like he made it up. Not made it up, but like he was the first person to report it. But it's online. But the guy who recorded that set was a guy in the back of the room with his cell phone. You know, it wasn't like on a special.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't think it was going to reach this point.
So you think he feels bad about it? That
If I was him, I would. I mean,
Yeah.
not that you're not hiding anything for him.
Right.
But I would feel bad about it. I mean, the guy's not that he's ruined him. He still has money. He's probably not going to even serve any time. Let's be honest.
Oh, hell no, he's not going to. It's sexual crimes against women in America. We're known to turn a blind eye.
He's got enough money.
That's why that poor chick didn't speak up until recently, because she's poor and they're rich, and
Actually,
they're all
this
going to say
case-
that's your motivation.
No,
you're
she
poor.
did speak up 10 years ago when it happened. She went to the cops, but they didn't. They claimed they didn't have evidence or whatever. There was another unrelated lawsuit, and new evidence for this case came out because of that lawsuit, and so that's why they're pressing charges now. She did try to press charges 10 years ago, and the cops wouldn't do it.
I think those women are so brave, because it's a really, really hard thing to stand up and say that somebody so powerful have done something like that to you, because ain't nothing but trouble in your life going to follow afterwards.
Of course.
You're never going to be that wonderful woman that did whatever you did, paramedic, doctor, I don't know, stripper, whatever you did. You're never going to be known for that. You're going to be known as you're the victim from the Cosby shit.
Yeah. And on an unrelated note, I just want to go ahead and put how much we appreciate strippers as well. Paramedics and strippers, those are always the two big ones.
I am never gonna look down on a working person. If you're working it and you're making it your way, you go, girl.
Yeah, and now I'm having the entire conversation that Margaret Cho had about sex workers in America in my head now.
I don't care. I don't look down on any stripper.
obviously-
I will look down on a prostitute now. I think you should have more self-respect. But you know what? If guys want to give you your money to shake it, I wish I was 20.
I don't look down on the prostitutes. I look down
on the guys. I love Margaret Cho. Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
Margaret Cho has admitted to working as a sex worker. She says there was, and she didn't have to do it. She wanted to do it, and she's admitted
I would love to be like the phone sex operators. Like, if I could really make some bank and I didn't have that damn middleman, I would do it.
No, she did full
Poppy, I
on
could do
like
it.
sexual, like had sex and all that. Like, she's done all, and she admits it.
Well, if you want to do that and that's your own thing,
And that's
I'm saying
exactly
for
what
me
she said.
personally,
She said I wanted to do it, and I felt empowered to do it, and I did it. And
I
don't-
enjoy sex, and I think if I got paid for it, like any other job I've had, I would hate it after that.
Yeah.
If I'm being forced to because it's my job, I'm not going to want to do it anymore. I'm kind of a rebel.
What would
that
you
way.
rather get? What would you get?
But if I'm doing it for free, I'm like,
I
hell
don't-
yeah!
I don't even want to
Come
know
here,
where this
Matt.
is going, but what?
What would you rather get paid to do? Do stand-up comedy or be a porn star?
Stand up.
Is that
Yes. Yeah.
Too many.
Like
too
by
many.
par?
Performance
subconscious-
anxiety. Performance anxiety.
Is that? Yeah. That's.
Well, yeah, and you never look sexy like you think in your head. You think in your
Oh,
like
totally.
very lean and flowing good, but really you're just like.
Yeah,
All right. On that weird face, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the top of the hour. We'll do a quick year in review, and then we'll keep talking to our buddy Paul
Yes.
about some of the stuff we got going on here in the Midday Show. And watch on air live now.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. So you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? It's always tease, tease, tease. You're happy when I'm on my knees. One day it's fine and next it's black. So if you want me off your back, well come on and let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go there will be trouble, and if I stay it will be double. So come on and let me know. These indecisions bugging me. If you don't want me, set me free. Exactly whom I'm supposed to be. Don't you know which clothes even fit me? Come on and let me know. Should I cool it or should I blow? Split. Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go there will be trouble, and if I stay it will be double. So you gotta let me know. Should I cool it or should I blow? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go there will be trouble, and if I stay it will be double. So you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Take us with you when you're on the go. Go to the App Store now and download the On Air Live app.
We're back on the midday show here on DeepEllumOnAir, and it's weird. I can't hear anything. Is my mic?
I can hear
Is
you.
my mic turned up? I can hear it. All right. Well, we're back on the midday show, and we were talking about a lot of stuff. And we were going to do a quick year in review. We played one yesterday, the one from Google, about the whole year in review, and now we got one here. This is the Facebook one, and then we're going to talk to Paul about his New Year's.
What about my New Year's?
What about your
What do you
New
know
Year's?
about it?
What is it? What's the craziest New Year's you've ever had? Like, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened on New Year's?
Okay, I would say about 4 or 5 years ago, our buddy Adam Shoemate. From
Yeah.
here, okay, so we do a show, and Upstairs is my buddy Dan. Raj is up there, and Adam is up there. And because this is at the Backdoor Comedy Club, which you should come see the show tonight.
Which Dan?
Dan O'Malley.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
So they're all three up there, and all of a sudden one of them gets a text message. It's like, oh my God, the girls are here. They were all had broken up with their girlfriends, and all their girlfriends decided to have a girls' night out, even though those girls' only common thread is the fact that they dated these three guys who were friends.
Right.
I think one of them linked it to the girl, and so the girls.
They all showed up.
They all showed up at the in the hotel room after the show. So they all three show up. None of those guys want to see the girls. I'm single at the time, so I'm just sitting there. And Adam's really upset. Adam had a really bad breakup, so he wants to leave. So me and him take a cab to the Old Monk. And then...
And for the listeners, Adam's a very sensitive guy.
Super sensitive.
He's a great guy, funny guy, love him to death, had many great nights with him. But he's very sensitive, and he talks about it that he's raised by his mom. He's a very... Like he's one of those guys. He's very in tune with like the woman's feelings and all that.
My husband is like that. I love that. I'm not down in.
So I could see the breakup
them.
being difficult. Like there was a lot of emotion in that breakup.
So we go to the Monk and we're done, and it's probably about 2 a.m, and we can't get a cab. Just all the cabs are full. So we walk back from the Monk, which is on Henderson and 75, all the way back to the Backdoor Comedy Club, which is on 75 and Cruth Haven. So probably about 6 exits. We walk back.
Wow.
Halfway through, we're walking around Lovers, and we see this huge street sign. It's one of those stoplight enforced big steel poles, and we decide we're going to carry it. So we both carry it from Lovers into, because we're like, this would be fun. We can bring it into the hotel room, everybody laughs. So we're carrying the street sign at 3 a.m. at this point.
Drunk?
I guess we were. I mean,
I'm
you don't
hoping
remember.
you were.
I mean, I had a flight that next morning at 7 a.m. I was going to Vegas to perform, so I was going to be up anyway. So we carry this thing for I'm surprised nobody pulled us over. I mean, they should have pulled us over. We're stealing street property or whatever, or moving it. We didn't steal it. It's gone.
So y'all took it all the way to the hotel?
When we bring it in, and we couldn't get it into the elevator. And
were there like desk clerks watching you?
Yeah, so Indian guys like, hey, what's going on there? I'm like, hey, uncle. We call everybody uncle. Indian people call everybody uncle. So we're like, uncle, but I can't fit the sign inside the elevator. It's like, that is not your sign. Like yelling at us. We're like, whatever. So he takes the sign. He puts it back there. I leave. The next day, I get a phone call. Like I'm about to perform, probably like 5. I used to be 7 p.m. that night. I'm in Vegas. I get a phone call from Linda saying, what did Raj do? I'm like, I don't know. What did Raj do? She's like, well, he was like, I called Raj. He keeps denying it, but the guy at the hotel said this Indian guy came here with a street sign and tried to shove it in the elevator. I'm like, and I keep yelling at Raj, but Raj keeps denying it. I'm like, no, that was me, Linda. I brought a street sign in. And she was like, oh, I feel so bad. Hung up, and then we had to
She had been yelling at him.
Yeah, thinking because that was back when I was like super behaving, so they were surprised that I would
He was super
do.
behaving at this.
Raj was the bad one.
Raj was the bad one,
and Paul was the good one.
The roles have reversed since, but
So now we can party though.
yeah, but like I mean, we should have been pulled over. That should have been like 8 million tickets, if not like fines and everything. But that's the weirdest thing that's definitely happened. And then Adam had to go pick it up, and he dropped it off somewhere. Like a dead body, like they had it's behind. I want to say it was behind the Regal Beagle, on Lovers.
Right.
I think he just dropped it, like set it by a dumpster there,
and it just took off.
So that's the weirdest thing.
That's a good place. I used to drop my drunk friends off that passed off, and I pay the valet guy that was doing his little hacky sack to make sure that they didn't drown on their puke. Like if they start fouling, just turn their head,
Really?
I gave you $20. You better not let her die.
Yeah.
And then we would go into the Regal
That's
Beagle
it.
and party.
That's all your friend's life is worth is $20. Here's $20. Don't let them die on their own
Leave them on
vomit.
the sidewalk, tilt their head.
Right.
If you hear a gurgle,
That's a good friend.
I'm gonna walk into a hospital and do. Hey man, here's $20. Don't let him die in his vomit. Just walk out.
No, it was ballet. He stuck there till they closed.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's probably the craziest thing. That's certifiably. I mean, it's theft technically. Which am I busting myself? I'm not busting myself.
I think statute of limitations.
That was 5 years ago, and we don't even have it anymore.
Proof.
It was weird. I don't know what you were pointing at there, Randy.
I was just letting you know I have that video that you requested like 10 minutes ago. It's ready.
What video was that?
The year in review.
Oh, the year in review.
I thought she was looking for.
What's like the hottest New Year's gig going on tonight?
Yeah, the hottest New Year's gig. The Backdoor Comedy Club.
Yeah, my show is the hottest one.
Yeah, what
8
are you
and
talking
10.
about?
What time do they close?
They close at the
2
show,
in the morning?
show's over at midnight. Obviously at 11:59, so everybody can do their midnight thing. But there's a hotel bar there.
Yeah.
you can booze it up.
I'm sure they're going to be there all night drinking and all that.
You can do whatever.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go, depending on if those two little bastards fall asleep quick enough.
Okay.
I
Sipping
think
night juice, bubblegum flavor.
I think I'm just going to go to the Hyenas in Plano.
Okay.
Because I live like right there, so I'm just
Okay.
going to like drive over there and party with everybody, and then.
Cool.
Or if not, I'm just going to be at home, smoking a big ass bowl, chilling out, enjoying the New Year's.
Okay. Makes
That's
sense.
about it. But yeah.
What? Okay.
All right. Okay. Real quick, we want to do the year in review because this
What?
is gonna. This is now that we finally have the video. This was the year in review from all the major things that have happened this year in 2015.
Are we going every day?
Not yeah. It's basically just your Facebook, and we're just going through all the
Okay.
memories.
Oh, there's
Is that you?
There's your guy.
It looks like it. There's
a
my,
young Paul.
There's my nephew. Should we tell people what's going on, or are they watching?
They're watching it. They can see it on the live feed.
Europe is facing the worst refugee crisis since
Is there anything happy they're going to show?
No.
Is anything happy
Nothing's
happened this
happy?
year? Yeah.
You put this together, Rich?
No. This was Facebook.
We have a comedian in tragedy.
Like this-
He's trying to
Evidently,
get all
Mark. Evidently, this is just Mark's best memories.
This feels like I'm watching the Man in the Mirror music video.
Oh, right.
You could totally mute this and play Man in the Mirror.
Man in the mirror.
This whole thing, right?
Ronda Rousey getting her ass whooped.
Did they show the women winning the World Cup? Didn't they do that?
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah. Did you see that the 1,000 musicians that came out and played the Foo Fighters?
Yeah,
song? That was pretty cool.
To get them to come to Europe, whatever.
I don't see like one clip of any of the Kardashians.
Why? Why do we need them?
Because Kylie became of age.
So?
In the little lip thing,
She
I
was
thought
still-
that
Oh,
was part
the-
of
the
the
lip
year
prank?
this year. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
When
the
they were
lip prank
sucking their lips.
on the vacuum cleaner or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
The only thing that separates
Seems like a pretty boring year.
Was it? Yeah.
I mean, you can replace that with every year. People rioting in the Middle East.
Take a moment to show you how the world is responding to the Paris terror attacks.
Is that? We're all just kind of underwhelmed? Is that it? Right? Yeah.
I mean, we're just looking for happy. It's New Year's Eve. Damn, Rich.
I know.
Show us your tits.
Somebody should be. You show us yours.
She just wants to see some tits today.
Yeah. What is up?
Well, we do have the internet, so.
What is up?
I know we were talking about moobs last weekend too.
Yeah.
Can I see your
I
moobs?
stopped it too soon. There was the blue gold dress thing.
Oh, I hated that. What color did you see,
It's a pretty
Paul?
boring year, huh? Oh, I saw gold.
Me too.
No, you were wrong.
I saw gold too.
It was gold. Shut
Blue.
up.
It's gold.
It's gold.
It's blue. The
gold.
actual dress is blue, and it looks blue.
It doesn't.
Well, in all, you know,
It is blue.
the cool kids.
God damn it, we're not having this
The
discussion.
cool kids
What
single.
color is Rich's kid's lightsaber?
Yeah.
The older
I
one.
can't see. I can't see them. The little one's got a green one.
And the other one is
It's gold, right?
Blue.
It's a gold.
It's
It's
a
a gold
gold-
lightsaber.
No,
You
it's
see
a
it?
gold lightsaber.
How do you not see that?
What is wrong with your head? All right, so January 1st starts tomorrow. All right, you're gonna be, I'm assuming, at home, hungover.
No, I'm gonna behave
gonna
this
be-
year. I'm gonna behave this year.
You're
You
not.
have a show, though, too, right?
Yeah, I got my buddy coming in.
Who's your buddy?
From DC. My buddy Justin's coming in, so I want
Yeah?
to be like, So the only thing that sucks about because remember a couple years ago, you guys remember when I was like super bummed out and didn't drink for like a month? Remember I would come hang out and
Right,
everybody was like, because the three
Here
biggest.
comes the quitter.
Yeah, what sucked is my birthday's on the 4th, New Year's Eve is on the 1st, and the Cowboys season finale was on the 3rd or something. So there were 3 reasons to tempt me right there.
Right.
And I survived it. Thought that was pretty cool. But
I would have let you
feel-
hang out with me. You could be my driver, my DD.
You feel like you're missing out though, because everybody else is having a blast. You know.
You're not looking
Yeah,
at
I
it
don't-
right. If I was the sober one in the group, I'd have the camera out. I would be encouraged at bad behavior.
Would you?
I'd make some money.
I don't know. If you were my DD and you had camera out, you would not be invited back.
Yeah,
the
you'd
next
never-
time.
I'd be
That-
like,
that's not
I'm
cool.
already
First
gonna
time
get
I
your
said-
paycheck. I'm gonna
If
put
you're my DD and you have the camera out, we're both gonna assume that at that point I don't really give a shit anyways. I don't think I've ever done anything truly that bad. I've done some really bad things, but I think like if somebody was to show the video the next day, I would just be like, yeah, man, that was me. Like I did that. Like I would just. I wouldn't deny it. I'd just be like, yeah, I did that stupid stuff. Like that was, so I wouldn't care. You could film it. It'd be awesome. But I'm so used to just being with them now. Like just the boys falling asleep, me just being at home. I mean, never really going.
Wear a GoPro after they fall asleep tonight.
And just look at my kids while they're asleep. Just stare at them.
No, that's creepy.
Play Mario Kart.
Stranger danger. No, don't do that.
No, I don't know. Kids just suck the life right out of you.
They're awesome. Your kids, their age, are just magic. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
How old
but
is
them.
Magic?
How old is Magic?
Until they hit 12.
How long is
After
that?
12, they just
For everybody
suck.
listening, we don't call my son Magic because he's magical. We call him Magic because he's HIV positive.
Thanks, Dad.
No, he's Aiden is
Who throws
Aiden,
kid under the AIDS bus?
Yeah, it's right.
Needles are clean.
Right. No, he's got Aiden's 8 and Benji's 5. Or Benji's 6. No shit.
Rich
Benji's
didn't
5.
know if you turn the condom inside out, it wasn't clean.
Is it? No, I never. Trust me. When the oldest
Recycle,
one,
reuse.
when
It
the
doesn't
oldest
go with
one,
condoms.
when I found out she was pregnant with the oldest one, we knew exactly what we were doing. I mean, it was.
I tell my daughter, if you come home and you tell me you're pregnant, I'm going to buy you a bottle of champagne. We're going to go sit out in the fucking hot tub for about 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
But don't worry,
It's
there is a
called the
plan B.
morning- it's called the morning after pill. Jesus.
It's the plan B.
Sit in a hot bath.
She reaches.
If there's any back talk, I'm going to slug you in the stomach.
No, she's got a hanger in the closet that just has Plan B taped to it. Like that's so mean. Yeah, no.
What we didn't know is Plan A was sitting in the bathtub.
That's
with
Plan
champagne.
A. That's Plan A. A lot of hot water
tub
and
and
champagne.
champagne.
Just so what?
We were celebrating the announcement.
And wow.
My high five was a little low.
Yikes, man. We didn't put her on stage.
Only I forgot that I left a bottle of champagne at the bottom of the stairs. And, that's what you're gonna tell the cops when they show
Get
up.
that
Like,
for
you know,
me, honey.
so-
She
As
turned
you-
17 on the 5th, and I have a wild child. And they say you're going to have a child that's sevenfold worse than you. Like, I was never this freaking bad. I was never this wild.
Just to make it weird for everybody listening at home, 17 is legal in the state of Texas.
Not till the 5th, bitch.
The 5th. January 5th?
Yeah, January 5th.
Okay.
I remember I was 23, and there was this girl that I went to high school with her uncle. He was the same age as me. We're both 23.
Already, I'm grossed out, Paul. What about you?
She's 17, and we're at this party drinking, and she shows up, and she starts talking to me, and I'm like, "Aren't you Santos's like niece? Like what the hell?" Like, and
no, not really. Rich was really like, "Oh my God, she's talking to me."
No, because I remember her whenever we were in high school, and she was like in junior high. Like I remember her being like, or even like 6th grade, or I remember her being young. That was Santos's little niece. And then she said something, and Santos was like, "What are you doing to my niece?" I'm like, "I'm not doing anything. She's doing it all." And then he walked away, and she's like, 17 is legal in the state of Texas. Like, that's considered age of consent at 17, not 18. And then I was just
that
like,
was the night he lost
holy
his cherry.
shit, man, it was-
What
Whoa.
happened? You didn't do anything, did you?
Nah, I didn't do anything. I'm not going to lie. The thought crossed my mind. But then it was like, man, but that's Santos's, I can't do that, man. That'd be bad. Like,
Do
that'd be.
you not feel it's weird that the age of consent changes from state to state?
I
did used to do a bit about it, but I would do it, and it was funny to me, but people would stare at me like they had no idea. But it's not that I did the research anytime I
Right.
travel, but it is weird that it changes. It should be a national age of consent, right?
And like the city of Texarkana like throws me off because you're on this side, you're in Texas, that side you're in Arkansas, and it is a completely different set of rules in the city. Like you could literally be like
Arkansas, you can fuck your cousin.
you could be on the Texas side and you could be having sex, and the cops with like a 17-year-old, and the cops show up and be like, no, if you're gonna fuck her, you get
That's
to the
a
other.
family matter. You stay out of that, young man.
No, he's just like, look, if you're gonna fuck her, you get to the other side of the street. Damn it. You're like, all right, like you gotta walk. You gotta do that weird walk where your pants are down around your ankles. You gotta walk in this. Is this okay? He's like, yeah, now you're legal. Fuck it, I'm gonna go drink. Like that's always. It's literally
creepy. Yeah.
Because I did a show there, talking. Ooh, yeah, road gigs. I did a show there. And the bar that you do, it was for the Comedy Zone guys, and we did it there at the Electric Cowboy or whatever.
Okay.
And it's on the Arkansas side, and you can drink until 3 in Arkansas. So literally, it's the same thing. If you were across the street on the Texas side, they've got to stop selling